Ho, 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 and happy holidays. Welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch. I am Travis Legge. I will be your story guide for this evening's events. Trinity Continuum Core, Hard Holidays with a Vengeance. I have assembled a wonderful crew that we will be meeting momentarily. But before we get into what we're doing, I have a couple things I want to bring to everyone's attention. First up, as you may or may not be aware, the Trinity Continuum Anima Kickstarter is still going on. There's 40 hours left as of right now. We are at 51K, just a little bit over 51K. So the jumpstart has been unlocked. Woohoo! And we're at, I think, 937 backers. And I know we're trying to shoot for 1,000. So if you haven't backed yet, hop on and back it. If you have, spread the word on your social media. We're down to the last couple days here. Let's get the word out. Let's make that happen. Speaking of things that you can pre-order, I also want to call your attention to Trinity Continuum Assassins. It's available for pre-order right now over at DriveThruRPG. And this is set, takes place at the same time as Trinity Continuum Core. It's set in the same point on the continuum, but it focuses on people who make the world a better place through murder and mayhem. So definitely go pick that up in pre-order. When you pre-order it, you get early access to the manuscript, and they're rolling that out an update every couple of weeks while the pre-order is still going at drive-thru. And keep an eye on the schedule, because I have a funny feeling you'll be seeing a StoryPath Showcase Assassins sometime relatively soon. Last thing I want to call your attention to, if you missed the Monday meeting notes over at the Onyx Path website, they announced that tomorrow the new release that's coming out is the Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition Technocracy Reloaded Jumpstart, which I had the pleasure of working on as a developer. It was super fun. I got to work with a very good old friend of mine, Lewis Harris, was one of the authors on it. It's all around a good time. So go over and make sure you check that out. The Monday meeting notes link is in the chat, and Jumpstart will be out tomorrow. So now that we've gotten that bit handled, let's go ahead and introduce our players and the characters they'll be playing, and then we'll get into a little bit about what it is that we're doing. Sound fair and good to everybody? Rock and roll. We're going to start things off with Milena. Please, if you would, tell us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, who you're playing, their pronouns, and yeah, that's all we need at the beginning, I suppose.
Okay. I'm Milena. I'm she, her. I'm a real life illustrator and art teacher in Illinois. And I'm playing Nora, who is also an art teacher. I didn't make this character, okay?
That's true.
Way outside the box there.
That is true.
Lots to unbox. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played Trinity in a while, so please be patient with me. If you want to find out more about my art and stuff, I have an Instagram that I don't update. I have a Tumblr that I just post memes to, and I have a Patreon where I actually post content to. So it's all Milena Deneno everywhere.
Excellent. And next up, that brings us to Alex. Please give us your pertinent details.
Hi, I am Alex, he, him, playing Carlos O'Connell, also he, him. I am a filthy casual and dog dad to Baxter, the best boy back there, who has his own Instagram. I don't. Basically, I'm just here to hopefully survive this scenario and ring in the holidays with this fabulous crew. I would also like to reiterate that Lewis Harris is amazing. I love you, Lewis.
And, we love you, Lewis. Happy holidays, Lewis. Say hi to your mom for me. That's not as weird as it sounds. She's there right now.
Yeah, she is. She's a great creator. I'm really looking forward to playing with this crew, some of whom I played with before, Gilbert, and two people I haven't played with yet, so I'm super duper excited.
I'm super duper excited to have you all play together. It blows my mind that you all haven't played together. I've been playing with Milena and Allie for like 4 years now.
It just means you hate me.
That must be it. Speaking of people I hate, that brings us to Gilbert. Please give us.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Ramos. He, him. I'll be playing Hacker Torres tonight. Also, he, him. I do things on the internet. I play games. I am an aspiring freelance writer. So I am pumping out stuff with Travis every once in a while, and then working on stuff behind the scenes. It turns into what was supposed to be a small projects turns into rewriting whole systems for no reason other than I guess I think I have the time. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. That's me in a nutshell. I'm very excited.
I'm excited to have you here. And I just threw a link to the Rolling Nomads Twitch channel in the chat as well.
I should remember to mention that thing. Yeah.
You stream regularly.
For the most part. Every Sunday.
So yeah, go check that out. And for some reason, Alex can't post links in the chat, probably because we don't just let anyone post links willy-nilly. But if you want to send it to me, I'll post the link. It's fine. And last but not least, we have Allie. Please give us all of your pertinent details.
Hi, I'm Allie, she, her. I'm playing Catherine, who is also she, her. I am a detective, and I've never played Trinity before, so we're going to have fun. I've definitely played with everybody except Alex, though, so I'm excited. I love these people.
Beautiful. And we love you, and we're happy to have you here. And you have played the story path system, though, because you've played in Become as Gods with Chaz and with Gilbert, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
it was fun. It was lots of fun.
So Scion and Trinity have some differences, but it's the same basic idea. I think you'll find your feet relatively quickly. And the reason
the art behind you is pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I made it extra festive. We've got candy canes, and someone roundhouse kicking a bad guy in the face, which is pretty much exactly what we're here for. So, as we discussed prior to the call, this is our hard holidays with a vengeance. This is the third year in a row I've run a hard holidays stream, so it's become old hat at this point. It's tradition. A no prize goes to the first person that works. Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, into the conversation and makes it natural. So to start things off, the premise is it is December 23rd, and you are all on your way to Washington, D.C. Why are you on your way to Washington, D.C.? That's up to you. We're going to establish that here in a minute. It may be your final destination. It may be a layover you're on the way there for. But it's definitely holiday travel is most likely the culprit. You are flying from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport to Dulles International Airport. And you are flying in. You have all managed to book tickets and the only flight that had space on it that was remotely workable for your time. And that is actually where I know I have it written down somewhere. You're on it's an Airbus, and the Airbus is a sort of massive two-story plane. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a luxury plane that was touted as the next big thing in the early 2000s and then rapidly sort of fell out of favor as they were just too expensive to produce and a lot of people weren't buying them. But there are a couple of airlines that still field them. I think it's called an A330, but correct me if I'm wrong. And this plane has two decks. On the top deck is first class, as well as 6 private suites that you can rent out for the duration of the flight, and a lounge/bar that serves alcoholic beverages and gives you a place to sit and socialize. Those are all on the top deck. Bottom deck is basically business class. The kitchen is in the bottom deck as well. And then below that is mechanical. That's where the luggage storage is. All that good fun stuff. Maintenance. All that is in the sub floor, basically, below the 2 passenger decks. So I guess the first questions would be, let's go around. Let's talk about who each character is. Let's pick your aspirations, for which you will need 3. And let's discuss why you're flying on the day before Christmas Eve and how you're flying. If you're flying first class, standard, or business class. Or I guess first class, business class, or economy would be the words I'm actually looking for. Says me, who hardly ever flies. So let's go the other way around. Let's start things off with Allie. You're playing Catherine. Catherine's a detective. Why is Catherine hopping on a plane the day before Christmas? The day before Christmas.
Well, Catherine is kind of a loner. So she doesn't really have a family to spend the holidays with. So it's just kind of her, and her cats can take care of herself. So she has cats at home. And she's on this plane because she feels like she needs to go see the president about one of her recent missions and explain to him something about it.
Okay.
That's
so
top secret. But she needs to go way up there.
So you're heading back to the home office, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yes, and you work for the is it National Office of it's NOAR, National Office of I have to look this up because I never refer to them.
You tell me, but yes,
it's like the Men in Black, right?
National Office of Emergency Research. Yes. Their motto being remove, contain, and understand. They're basically, if you think of like the X-Files, is kind of their job, their jam. All right. So, given that you're flying back to the head office for work, are you going to be flying coach, or are you going to be flying business, or are you going to be flying first class?
Probably first class because I don't have anywhere else to spend my money.
That's fair. Do you want to go the extra mile and pop for a suite? Or do you want to just be flying in one of the first class seated areas?
Just the seated area, because I plan to probably be sitting at the bar for the most of it, because she's not exactly happy. She's by herself, but she hasn't found anybody, who fits the bill.
Okay, so you are going to sit in a seat and then be able to kind of wander off to the bar. Excellent. Yep. Please just keep a note of where it is that you are, in fact, going to stay. Yep. So next up, then, that brings us to Hector. Please tell me what Hector is going to. What's bringing Hector from Chicago to DC on December 23rd?
He is looking to make use of. There's a rumor that if you apply during holidays, that you can get a job easier. I'm not sure how real that rumor is in real life, but Hector sure does believe it, and he's an aspiring CSI. Fresh out of college, he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and DC's the place to be, man. It's the center of it all.
Okay, so he's heading there in the hopes that a Christmas miracle will land him a job.
Indeed.
I love it. How is he flying?
Hector comes from a life of privilege. See what I did there? So he's probably in first class, just in the seated areas.
Okay, excellent. Next, that brings us to Carlos. So Carlos, please give me your a preview and what's going on in your life.
Yeah, Carlos O'Connell has just finished up his second doctorate and is exhausted in applied sciences, this one in physics or astrophysics. And he is coming home, having completed the semester, back to DC, where his roots are. His original aspirations to join NASA and be the first person to walk a dog on Mars have not been completed, so he's opting to sign up with the Global Cartography Initiative and see if they're willing to take their exploration to the next level being Mars. So right now he is just kind of heading back. And since he is a poor college student, he's likely flying economy, assuming that he at least has access to the drink menu.
Okay. Excellent. So economy it is.
Mhm.
Beautiful. And then lastly, that brings us to Nora.
So Nora is an arts teacher in Chicago for a high school, I figured.
All right.
And my long-term goal is that I want to teach college. So I heard about a opportunity to teach art at Gallaudet University, which is a university that is known for its art program, but also for its work with the deaf community.
Okay.
So I would like to work there. And my short-term goals are going to be like a Lifetime movie. I want to fall in love and I want to pet a dog.
Okay.
I feel like those are good short-term aspirations.
So your short-term aspirations are to fall in love and pet a dog?
Yes.
And what's your long-term aspiration?
To become a professor at a
To
university.
become a professor. Oh, beautiful. Okay, excellent. And that ties me in nicely to the next thing I wanted to discuss, which was aspirations, which will help us sort of decide some elements that might make their way into the story. Each character gets 2 short-term aspirations and a long-term aspiration. Long-term aspirations tend to be things that are accomplished over the course of several stories, though by all means they could be accomplished in one. But short-term aspirations are things that are definitely you want to see in the forefront of one story. You want to be able to accomplish it before the story is over. So in terms of aspirations, Alex, what do you have for Carlos?
Well, Carlos, again, having just wrapped up a grueling series of studies, is about done with everything. So he wants to become intoxicated.
All right.
Intoxicated is irrelevant. A buzz would work. This flight's long enough to make it matter. He wants to be reunited with his dog who was in DC, which is other short-term aspiration, as long as the flight is anyway, which is another reason he wants to get home. And his long-term aspiration is to walk said dog on Mars.
Excellent. A beautiful long-term aspiration, unlikely to be accomplished in this session, but one never knows in the Trinity Continuum. So I guess that brings us to Hector. Hector, what do you got for your aspirations?
My one short-term well, I've got 2 short-term. I haven't figured out any long-term. Get a recommendation for a job for the DC's CSI open CSI positions. Survive the plane ride because Hector fucking hates planes.
Okay.
And then I don't have a long-term one because I haven't thought that far ahead as I usually do.
Excellent. Well, if you come up with one, please stop everything and let us know.
Gotcha.
And lastly, Catherine, do you have what do you have for aspirations?
So Catherine's short-term aspirations are to talk to the president and to get a promotion at work, which she feels is short-term, whether or not it is. She feels like it should be right around the corner. And her long-term aspirations are similar to Melena's, to fall in love. There's no dogs in mine.
Can you pet a snake?
I don't, maybe she wants a family, but like it doesn't have to be like a traditional family, but she wants like people.
She wants people. So her long term is to get people. Short
like
terms,
who like her for her. Yeah.
And short terms are to get to the office and to fall in love. All right, so there's going to be some romance, right? If I could persuade each of you to send me your aspirations either in the Zoom chat or in the Facebook chat, whichever is easier for you, that would be great. And the last thing I want to do, it's the holidays. It's time to try new things and do something special. And since the flight from O'Hare Airport to Dulles is an hour and 50 minutes, at any point that we are not rolling initiative tonight's game will be occurring in real time. So be ready to make them decisions quickly when it comes time to it. With that, you make your way through the crowded airport of O'Hare, the hellish nightmare of security. Even for those of you who might be able to sort of skirt some of it, such as if you happen to work in law enforcement, it's still a slow nightmare to get onto the plane. But eventually you make your way there and each find your way to your respective seats. You're sitting there for probably about 10 minutes before captain comes on and says, we're getting ready to head out. We've got clear skies all the way to DC. We'll be flying in an altitude 40,000 feet. Please pay attention to the flight attendants for your safety instructions. And they start to taxi the plane onto the runway. Are any of you doing anything during that initial time to wear your seat belts and listen up to the flight attendants portion of the flight?
As we are boarding, I would like to know whether or not this A380 is configured with the Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engines or the Engine Alliance GP 7000s.
The GT 7000s.
Great. They're exponentially more stable, so I feel pretty safe.
Wonderful. Anything else? And is anyone attempting to, whether by illicit means or by flexing their legal clout, bring anything onto this airplane that would not normally be on an airplane?
So tempting, but no.
I have nothing.
I wish that I could think of something, but no. But I am assessing everyone who walks on board because first class gets the board first. So anyone who walks past my seat, I am full on like guilty, not guilty. You look suspicious as fuck. I don't know about you.
Are you going to rely on any of your gifts or special abilities to look at these people? Or are you just sort of eyeballing them and trying to see if you can catch anyone suspicious?
I'm just going to rely on my eyeball at first.
All right. Go ahead and give me a empathy roll. And whatever attribute you feel would most apply to what you're trying to accomplish at this point. You roll that many dice, looking for 8s or better. What's that?
You roll how many dice then for her?
So it's a number of dice equal to the dots in the skill and the attribute.
Okay.
And your target number is 8.
I got a 6. And then my empathy has a 1 dot in it.
All right. So, and then what attribute would you like to roll with that? So like you could be like composure would be like I'm keeping my calm while I'm looking around. Resolve would be like I'm determined to find something out. Intellect is just using kind of your book knowledge. Cunning
Can I use cunning?
Yeah, absolutely. You roll a number of dice equal to your cunning as well.
Okay, so I roll 4 dice. 3.
10s explode.
Yeah, you get to re-roll 10s.
5. 7, which would be +1. Is that an 8?
No, the +1 goes to. Why would it be a +1? What? I'm sorry.
Because I thought empathy was a +1. That's just an extra die.
No, it's an extra die. Yep, sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Just roll
So
that die.
4. And I got 1 8.
Excellent.
Finally.
One thing does kind of strike you a bit odd. At the last minute, as they are boarding, like it's the all-call boarding. They've already done all the named sections. You see 6 people, all dressed in black coats, white shirts, black pants, each with their carry-on and their personal item, making their way up the first class side rows, 3 to a side, and heading back towards the cabins. This whole group is kind of looking around, like they're either A, nervous, or B, casing the joint. They look, something doesn't quite sit right with you about them as they're approaching their cabins.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of watch them.
All right, you do see all 6 of them go into one cabin. 2 of them break off and go into other cabins for a moment, and then they all meet up in the one cabin.
It's
Okay.
clearly a jazz band.
Nothing to see here. It's just a jazz band. I'm gonna hold that information until we're like at our traveling height.
Okay. Anyone else have anything else in the pre-flight section of the flight?
Just boarding, trying not to look suspicious because my thought process is, oh God, what if there's a national security threat on the plane? Oh God, what if someone else thinks I'm a national security threat? What if I look too nervous? Oh God.
All right.
I'm just going to be flipping through the Sky Mall magazine.
I love it.
I'm assuming that I have the worst luck on the planet, so I'm just wondering. Like, I clearly don't have an aisle seat or window seat, and this thing seats it's like 4 to a row, and there's like 8 on a row, and it's like 4 and then 8 and then 4, right?
Right.
So like, how awful is my seat?
If you're in the coach.
Yeah, and I'm like between about 6 people.
Right, so you're like in dead center. You're in the best seat in the house if you were in a movie theater. But you're
who are my neighbors?
You're sitting next to a gentleman who appears to have availed himself of some of the alcohol selling establishments at O'Hare Airport.
Okay,
he's already a few sheets in. Has a mild case of gas. Is wearing a T-shirt that says, I'd like to see you try to burn this one, and has an American flag on it. And is wearing a White Sox hat. On the other side of you is a woman who appears to be probably in her 90s and just keeps telling, not really so much you as the room, that she's flying to DC to see her great-great-grandson for the first Christmas. And it's going to be such a wonderful time. And yes, I have pictures. Why, thank you for asking.
And she's got a really bad cough.
Give him any ideas. He doesn't need them. All right.
All right. The plane catches air. As you're flying along, it takes you, a small bit of time. You get that initial sort of jerk to the plane's movements. And you said that Hector is a little bit afraid of flying. Is that correct?
Oh, terrified.
Wonderful. Why don't you go ahead and give me just a resilience attribute of your choice. This doesn't really pair with a skill, so I'll let you go ahead and double that attribute. But go ahead and give me a roll. And your difficulty is going to be 2 because you are afraid of heights. And this is a big plane. So when it does respond to turbulence, it's pretty disturbing. Most of the time, it doesn't respond to it.
Got exactly a 2.
All right, excellent. You don't suffer any conditions or anything like that, but you're certainly unsettled. The person sitting next to you, this guy probably in his 50s, maybe early 60s, relatively well built, shaved head. He's wearing just a sweater, leather jacket, and jeans. He looks over at you and says, afraid of flying?
Oh, yeah, no, planes are ridiculously unsafe. There's nothing about this that should work. Think about how heavy we are. Think about the amount of people that are in here, adding to that weight. There's no there's the science behind it is sound. I'll give you that, but this is ridiculous. If human beings were meant to fly, we would have had wings. It's not. This isn't. This shouldn't happen. This shouldn't be happening.
So then why are you on a plane?
I am gonna go look for a job. Actually, I'm I'm a CSI. Well, attempting to be a CSI. I went to school to be a CSI.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. I'm retired. Former LAPD retired.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you for your time and for your contribution to society.
Yeah, I never contributed much. You know, some alimony payments. That's about what I contributed to society. So if you want a little tip, that'll help you get a little bit more comfortable once this plane's in the air.
Absolutely.
As soon as the seatbelt light comes off, I know it's gonna sound weird, but it works. What you should do is pop your shoes off and your socks. Go walk up and down the hallway, making fists with your toes.
Make a fist with my toes. I'll give that a shot. Yeah.
Good for you. It's calming.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. Thank you. I'm Hector, by the way. I'll
John.
reach out to shake his hand.
Yeah. Just good luck with the job hunt, Hector. And he puts his earphones in. And
I'm gonna bother him during this plane ride.
starts. You see, he's listening to. He's like watching a concert of the Four Tops.
Nice.
Dig
it.
So, as you're sitting in first class, Milena, correct? Right? Nora's sitting in first class. Am I remembering that right, or did I get that confused?
No, I didn't say, but I'm in coach.
You're in coach. Okay. So you're
I'm
in
a high
coach
school teacher.
down
I can't afford.
That's fair. You're in coach down the bottom. The seatbelt lights are still on. You're still making your climb. Sitting next to you, do you have a preference? Aisle seat, window seat? Do you?
Aisle seat.
Okay. So sitting on you're on the interior aisle seat on the we'll say driver's side side of the plane. So like if you're facing the nose, you're on the left side of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Right up against the aisle. There's a single mother, it looks like, or at least a mother traveling alone with her two children. One of which is looks like they're maybe just old enough to not be in like a booster seat. And the other one looks like they're probably 11, 12 years old. So they're boisterous and being a little bit excitable. They keep saying, why did we wait to the last minute? If we're going to be in the air when Santa's flying over, we're not going to be able to see Santa Claus. The little one saying oh my God, Mom, why would you put us on a plane now? And she's like, calm down, calm down. This is just the first leg of the plane. It's not even Christmas Eve yet. We'll be over the Atlantic during Christmas Eve. Oh, great. Wonderful. Awesome. The ocean. Santa's not going to be able to bring us presents if we're on the ocean, Mom. She looks over and says, I'm very sorry about my children. I apologize.
No, it's okay. And I tell the kids, Santa knows where you are. I'm sure your presents will be waiting for you wherever you land.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Santa knows everything.
Well, if he knows everything, then how come he can't just find us somewhere on the plane?
Can you imagine? It'd be very dangerous for the reindeer to land on top of a plane.
They land on top of houses all the time.
Yeah, houses are not moving through the air at hundreds of miles per hour.
Oh, yeah. But don't reindeer guts to move through the air 100 miles an hour?
This maneuver is really complicated. Trust me, I've done the math.
Are you like a math wizard or a teacher or something?
I'm a teacher, but I hate math, so don't take my word for it.
The mother kind of looks over you and smiles and says, "Thank you for helping entertain them. They can be a bit of a handful. They we're going to visit my my husband, my late husband's family in London. This is our first Christmas without him, so we're flying over."
I put a hand on her shoulder, like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh,
But that's
thanks.
really
Yeah,
nice.
it happens. He. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Didn't mean to bring the room down. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Everybody's going through something.
That is true. And speaking of everybody going through something, the seatbelt lights come off. Captain hops on. We have reached cruising altitude. I have turned off the seatbelt light, and you are free to move about the cabin. I would just like to remind you all that the lounge is currently open on deck 1. There also is the duty-free shop, will be open for the duration of the flight in the rear of deck 2. If you have any concerns or issues, the flight attendants will be by shortly. Please be sure to just reach out to them, and we will ensure that you have the most pleasant flight experience here on Acme Air. We will be in DC on time at 9:47 p.m. Shuts off. People are unbuckling and all that.
Yeah,
sort of
as soon as
stuff.
that light is on, I am standing up. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Is there a paper? I'm assuming on a flight like this, like on an Airbus, there's going to be some sort of catalog of features that the plane has, like the.
Yeah, each seat will have like a catalog of the features, a map of the plane.
Well, because I was curious as to whether this was one of the ones that had the shower spas in first class, because as it's an engineering curiosity for me, like how do they make sure that the water is being distributed evenly? So I am nerding out right now, wondering whether or not this is the one that has the showers. So I'm basically grabbing my little catalog and making my way to first class so I get a look at those showers.
Yeah, they do. So you go over and start walking up the stairs into first class. And you're carrying the catalog with you?
Yeah, I basically look like a tourist on the plane.
Love it. Are any of the rest of you getting out of your seats at this point?
Absolutely. I am walking around with no shoes on, no socks, just curling my toes like the gentleman
Excellent.
suggested.
I will give you a +1 enhancement to any rolls that you need to make to resist any sort of a fear condition or an atmosphere regarding fear that's related to the plane and its malfunctions, because it is
Sick.
pretty zen inducing. However, just remember that you're barefoot. All right, so
Yeah, like that's gonna come up later.
Just so we're clear, that's also where the bar is, right? The deck I'm going up to.
yes, the bar is on the top floor. Were you going to say something, Catherine?
Yeah, is the bar close, or is there a couple bars? Is one of the bars close to the room where the 6 people went into?
Yes. So basically, when you're walking up to the front, you've got the final seating of first class. You have the lounge, and then you have to go through the doorways that lead into where the actual suites are. And then on the other side of that is a serving area for flight attendants to handle specifically the needs of the people in those cabins. And then is the cockpit.
So I'm going to get a drink and I'm going to post up on the side where the 6 people were, kind of close to that door, so I can hear or kind of see what's going on and just be really suspicious about it. Also, while kind of scoping people out at the bar.
Sure. The moment you get up and sort of step over to the bar, I would like you to go ahead and give me an integrity cunning roll, please. So a total number of dice equal to your integrity plus your cunning.
Integrity is a 0 and cunning is a 4. So 4. 2, 6, and then I lost my dice. Oh, 10, 4, and last one, 10.
Excellent. Reroll those 2 10s. Those 10s you reroll.
7 and a 7.
All right, so you got 2 successes, not bad. As you're getting up and walking over, you notice 6 people dressed in a very similar way stand up in the back of first class and start making their way down the stairs, 3 to a side.
I'm gonna watch them, and if I have to move my being to still be able to see them, I'll kind of move accordingly.
Well, I mean, they're like going downstairs. So do you want to you can either go into the lounge where you can keep an eye on the front, or you can go downstairs to see what they're doing.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. There are some stairs in the front of the plane. Do you want to go all the way to the back and go down the stairs they went to follow them, or do you want to try to cut them off?
I'll cut them off. Is there like a bathroom at the front of the plane I could pretend like I'm waiting for and just kind of stand there for a second?
Yeah, so you can go down. You'll be at the opposite end of the plane where you come out, but you can go downstairs and sort of hang by the bathroom if you want. That's totally
I'll do
fine.
that.
Excellent. As you're walking up the stairs, Carlos, there are 3 people that come sort of pushing past you. All of them are relatively well built. They're all dressed in basically like black members only jackets,
Jazz
white
band.
t-shirts, and black pants. And they just sort of shove past you, not really. They don't say excuse me. They don't.
Excuse you. First class, my ass. I go back to my pamphlet. I mean, I guess I'll. Are they like? I don't know. They they're going somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're walking downstairs.
I guess I'm a curious sort in general. I am a little driven on my current mission, but I didn't expect to be like physically disturbed this soon onto the flight. I haven't even had my drink yet. So you know what? I have a problem with these chaps. So I'm going to take this brochure, I'm going to sigh, I'm going to tuck it into my jacket, zip it up, and I'm going to march down after the dude in the back.
All right.
And I will catch up to him and tap him on the shoulder firmly. Excuse me.
He turns around. Can I help you?
You saw I was on the stairs, right?
Yeah.
You saw me. I watched you look at me. Why did you be so rude?
One of the woman that he's with like taps him on the shoulder and says, Robert, there's no time right now. Just excuse me. And they start walking out in. You see this little altercation from your vantage point, Catherine, because it happens like right at the base of the stairs.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Can I? So I have a quick question for you, Travis.
Sure.
I don't know how many languages I know.
It's assumed that you know one.
Sure.
If it suits your backstory to know a second language, that's
so
fine.
I would honestly think that I would probably know like 4.
Sure, I'll allow
I would
it.
probably know English, Spanish.
I'll allow you up to your
Russian,
intellect in languages.
Russian, Japanese, and I'll pick a 5th one later.
Yeah.
What accent does it sound like he has?
Go ahead and give me a humanities and whatever you'd like roll, or you can defer to culture.
Intellect, if that's okay.
Sure.
I will attempt to deduce his accent. Jerk.
You gonna do that to your boy?
4 successes.
It's a little hard to place. You're assuming Eastern European based on the accent, their clothing labels, and cigarettes.
Fair though.
Then I will I will murmur something to the effect of how would I say this? Perhat Padzalapnaya, which basically means pee hole dandruff, as I go back up the stairs.
All right, you turn and start going back up the stairs. So now everyone is downstairs with the exception of Carlos, who is on the stairway. Hector, you almost walk into someone. A guy that's just a wall of a gentleman, dressed the same fashion as described. Standing like in the middle of the hall, like where you're walking, like you're looking down, like holy cow, this works, and like bump into this dude.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get my air legs.
You may wish to take your seat first. At that moment, are you doing anything as you notice these people coming down the back stairs, Nora?
I noticed them because they're all wearing the same clothes. And it's like, okay, that's not creative.
They all pull out their phones and put them on speaker.
At the same time, that's weird.
Almost as if it's rehearsed. This is exactly as you come up to the top of the stairs, Carlos. And I want you to give me a integrity cunning roll, please, Carlos. The rest of you can give me one as well. The rest of you are gonna have a complication of 2 that you're downstairs, and you're on a plane and it's loud.
What is this roll?
It's integrity cunning.
I got 2.
I have also gotten 2.
Oh,
who hit the gong?
I got 1.
excellent.
0.
Wonderful. So those of you who you got 2 and you're downstairs, right? So the only person who got 2 didn't have a difficulty or a complication for it was Carlos, correct? The rest of you sort of hear a bit of a muffled scream, you think, just before these phones start broadcasting. Carlos, you step around the corner and you see a woman about 6'2", just built like a brick house. She's wearing the same black pants and the same white shirt, but does not have the jacket on. She walks out. You look down the hall, and you see her step into the lounge. She grabs the bartender by the back of his head, shoves his head onto the bar, catches one of his teeth, and flicks it as you see a dude like stand up and start to draw a pistol, and it goes into his head, and his head explodes. Just, ladies and gentlemen, there is no need to panic. We are going to be taking control of this flight for the moment. You start hearing screams go off. You can all hear her voice over the phone, over the phones that are on speaker.
Just so I'm clear, what I saw, I just watched a woman bounce a bartender's head off the bar, snatch his teeth that was flying through the air, grab it, throw it at somebody else, put it through someone's head, and their head detonated.
Yeah, like bits of skull, like it looked like they got shot.
Okay, so I mean, I know how fast that thing had to be traveling. Okay. Like the fact that I know bothers me. I know how fast that tooth was traveling. I probably saw the tooth probably is bouncing around somewhere or shattered on a wall. So I'm concerned. So I would like to continue my movement. If I'm going this way, I'm just want to go this way. I'm just going to step aside and get out of sight if I can.
All right, give me a larceny roll. You're gonna try to hide.
I mean, I'm way too close to this person who can launch teeth. So yes,
give me a
I
larceny
want
roll.
I want to get away from her.
You're gonna have a complication of 4 because that's how many hostiles are directly looking at you.
Oh, okay. I mean, if I see there's a bunch of people looking at me, I'm not gonna. I will continue to stand there, looking a little concerned. Then
Just please, everyone, remain calm. Go into your seats. She reaches in and pulls the gun out of the man who she flicked a tooth through his head. Pulls the gun out of his holster and his air marshal badge, and hands them to one of the other people that's dressed the same fashion.
I'll raise my hand.
All will be explained momentarily.
You said you wanted me to be calm, but you killed the bartender.
Sit down.
Right here.
I am not here to hurt anyone. We do not wish any harm. We would like this flight to be as smooth as possible. The person that you bumped into, Hector, is looking at an empty seat and at you, and at an empty seat and at you.
Oh man, the shoes thing isn't working anymore. Take a seat.
You just
I got the closest seat to me is at the bar. So I'm just gonna sit at the bar.
you would need to pass her to get to the bar.
Oh, okay. I'll sit at a seat near the bar.
All right.
Like one of the lounge seats. I'll just sit down.
There are 2 more people in the bar, watching you and whatnot. She says, "If everything goes according to plan, your arrival in Washington, D.C. will be on time. There's no need to panic. We have no intention of interrupting the trajectory of this craft. Sit back, relax, do as you are told, and we will all be on the ground in Washington, D.C. soon." My associates will be moving through the plane. Some of them may need to access the areas beneath your seats. Do not give them any difficulties. I do not wish to see anyone else unduly harmed. She walks back over to the bar, reaches underneath, pulls out a bowl of peanuts, and starts eating them.
You know, if you want people to stay seated, you might want to have the pilot put the seatbelt light back on.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
I would actually really love to get back to my seat if you would allow me to make my way up back to where I belong. That'd be a lot more advantageous for me, I think.
I escort you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine by me. Sure. I'll get up and start making my way back up. Trying to, on the way, just assessing the people that are on the plane, seeing if there's any possibility that we could stop this with what we have, or if we're all just kind of content to just
go ahead and make an integrity cunning roll, or empathy if you prefer.
I have no empathy.
Up in the cockpit, or up in the not the cockpit, but in the lounge, she does turn to one of the men and says, "Hans, tell pilot to put the seatbelt light on."
Are you just gonna leave the body here? Because I feel like his head's gonna keep leaking all over the lounge. There's actually some spa showers right over there that I think would be a great place to put that decapitated corpse. I don't know what to call you, Madam
My name is
Scary
Xenia.
Hijacker.
You may call me Xenia.
Xenia. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It's just really messy.
Jethro.
Jethro?
You see a dude walk up, dressed the same way, red hair, freckles. This guy looks American. He carries himself like an American. Yeah, boss. Escort this gentleman. Well, it did not get your name.
Oh, just call me potential victim. Carlos will do.
Please escort Carlos. He's going to drag the air marshal over into one of the showers.
Well, yeah, that
He starts walking over.
Yeah. One second. I'm gonna, with my hands up, kind of like skate over to the bar, and I'm gonna grab some plastic wrap.
She like looks over at you and like is slowly bringing a peanut to her mouth as you're reaching over the bar. And you see her like rolling it in her fingers as she's doing it.
I'm not prepared to die via nut. It's all the same to you, Xenia. I just don't want to leave any more mess than we have to. And I'm gonna grab a little thing with the plastic wrap, and I'm gonna go over to the body and cap off his
Oh God.
area. See, the spurting is a little bit more manageable now.
I got a 2.
You got 2 successes or a 2?
Two successes.
Oh, okay. You see that retired cop that you had been sitting next to looks like he's getting froggy, like he's ready to try to take out the first terrorist that gets close to him.
Oh God.
Crap. All right. I'll take my seat and just be like, all right, what's the plan? What are we doing here? Like, we can't let this happen, can we? They killed the guy.
Yeah, this. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a secret. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been in situations like this.
What? How many planes have you been on that have been hijacked?
On?
The fact that you need to think makes me both terrified and also really confident in your capabilities. I'll be your Huckleberry. What do you need?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take out these 2 over here. Those 3 are about to go down. Looks like they're about to spread something around. So, when I say go, you go low, I'll go high.
Okay.
We're gonna tackle them. We're gonna get whatever weapons they got, and we're gonna work our way to the front.
All right, sounds good. Yeah.
Can I play off of this scenario a little bit?
Absolutely. What would you like to do? And this is also happening probably 50 feet away from where Nora is sitting.
So I would like to. Can I hear them at all, or can I see people being?
You can see those 2 people sort of like plotting and planning. It's pretty obvious that's what they're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna try to conspire with one of the flight attendants while they're doing their little thing, and then when they go to jump the guys, I'm gonna get the flight attendant to try to let me into the pilot, the cockpit.
Okay, how are you going to try to persuade this flight attendant to let you into the cockpit?
From the face.
Well, I'm assuming they're not in on it, so I'm gonna flash a badge and pretend like it's one that they should know, and be like, "I need to get in there, and you need to let me in there."
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion roll with whatever attribute you want to pair that with. I'll give you a +2 enhancement to that roll because you are using a badge. So if you get a material success, it'll count as 2 extra successes.
And success is which number?
8 or better.
Okay, I got a 10. Got a 10. Sorry, I have to roll them individually. I'm not
No,
as cool as everybody else.
You're fine. Just keep track of how many you get that are 8 or better, and if you get 10s, you can re-roll those as well. And what's Nora doing during this?
I'm kind of trying to like make sure that the kids and this lady are okay and calm because I can't handle that right now. And I'm trying to see if I know any of the people that are like standing there because I want to be like, aren't you William's little brother from like
Well, first, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll with whatever attribute you want to use to try to calm the kids down. I will give you an enhancement of 1 because you already have kind of a rapport with them.
okay. Manipulation?
That works. How many successes did you wind up with there, Catherine?
Just 1.
All right, but that's cool because you got the enhancement too. The flight attendant says, listen, I don't know if they know this, but I can get you to the cockpit. She takes off her ID badge and like slides it to you and rolls out like a drink, like the drink cart, and holds open the shelf that she rolled it out of. Says that'll take you into the basement. If you go down, there are some tunnels you can get through. You just keep heading for the nose. You'll see a maintenance stairway that'll bring you up right outside the cockpit.
I'm going to do that.
All right. You hop in and go down into the sub-basement. I'll get back to you in a second. How many successes did you get?
I got
Nora?
2.
Wonderful. You have calmed down the kids pretty well. Go ahead and give me a integrity cunning roll.
Integrity cunning. All right, that's 1, 2, 5 dice. I got 2 successes. One of them exploded, and then it was a 3.
All right, excellent. You do not recognize any of these people at all. But that voice
can I use my
sounds familiar.
Can I use borrowed bond? I have a persuasion skill trick.
Yes. So the way that borrowed bond would work is, does it have a page number next to it? Was I that smart?
No. You were not. Just kidding.
Okay, so this is a good place to remind you that you have momentum in your pool equal to the number of players. So right now there's 4 momentum in your group. Activating skill tricks generally cost momentum. You can also spend momentum to reroll failed dice. Sort of as a way to have like some control. And borrowed bond, that's under persuasion?
Yeah.
Or empathy. Oh, right. That's why I didn't put it on there, because it's in... That skill trick is in New Lives, which is a tasty bit for Trinity Continuum. It's available at Drive-Thru RPG. Just saying. Where are we? There we go. Just opening that up right quick.
So you said I recognized the voice of in the intercom in the phone.
Yeah, like you've heard that voice somewhere before, but you can't quite place where. And with Borrow Bond, the way that works is you can tug on the heartstrings of your target by evoking mutual relationships or drawing on common experience to forge a temporary bond. So it uses masterful conversational skills, cold reading, and social intuition. You unearth one of the target's existing bonds, which you may use on your next roll as if you shared that bond with the target. So you have to talk to the target for at least 1 minute and spend 1 momentum.
Okay.
So how would you like to try to start a conversation with one of these folks?
Yeah.
Like how? Like what would you like to say?
I don't really, since I recognize the voice in the phone, I'll be like, hi, that voice that was on the phone, I think I know that person from like high school maybe or something. Like she sounds very familiar. Is she like really tall and like a beautiful woman?
She has been on the news, yes.
Oh, she's been on the news. Oh, I don't like watching the news. There's so much darkness out there, you know. I myself am more of like a rom-com type of girl, you know. Are you single?
Niet.
Bummer. Good for you.
While you're having that conversation, I'll get back to you in just a moment. Well, actually, if everyone's cool with you spending that momentum to activate the skill trick, you can utilize any of the bonds of loyalty that they have with one another as a enhancement on another social role if you want to try to talk them into something. So that's fine. We'll allow that. Just make a note that you have a bond of loyalty that you can use once on any of the group. While that's going on, Hector, you and John are gonna rush this dude. Rush one of these.
That seems to be the plan.
All right. How would you like to go about it? As he's like now and jumps up.
Gonna die.
I'm just gonna. God, I'm not great. I'm just gonna try to put this dude in a hold and obstruct his airway and go to sleep.
All right, make close combat with whatever attribute you'd like to use this with. I'm going to give you a +1 enhancement because the person that you're attacking is currently distracted speaking to a teacher.
Right on.
I'm getting
That's nothing. No
right.
successes.
You jump forward and go for the legs. He spins around and like palms your forehead with his left hand and stopping your forward momentum. And he pulls out, and you see John coming up like top, like with his fist drawn. And he pulls out what at first looks like a container of Axe body spray, like a travel container of Axe body spray. And as he depresses the top of it, you see a spike shoot out of the end of it. And he just shoves it in John's eye.
Oh my God.
And he pushes the button again, and you see the tip of it come out of the back of John's head.
Okay.
Got a plan B?
No, I was relying on John. God. I'm gonna try to wrestle that out of his hand.
Okay.
Not processing John's death quite yet, I guess.
Before we get to that, you're dragging that body into the front, right?
Yeah, so while it's me and Jethro, right?
Yes. Jethro's not dragging the body, by the way.
No, I'm dragging the body, but I'm
observing.
distracting myself from dragging the body by talking at Jethro. Whether or not he's talking to me is irrelevant. So I'm like, so if the average human tooth weighs anything between like 0.68 grams to 1.88 grams, in order to penetrate human bone, it'd have to be traveling at a speed of at least like 600 miles per hour. But it did come out the other side and it exploded. So I'm thinking it's somewhere between like 800, 1500. Does she normally explode people's heads with teeth? Is this like a normal thing for you, Jethro?
Why do you make so much noise with your face? Oh, this is Jethro. Why do you talk so much? Sorry.
What do you do when you're dragging bodies?
Shut up.
Huh. Well, if you want me to shut up, then you should drag it. And I keep dragging it. So when you're concerned about, whether or not there's going to be enough force production to explode a human head, like you really need to consider the material of the stuff that you're using. Like a peanut, I think, would probably just explode on impact, whereas like a human tooth maintains a whole lot of. While I'm talking to him and he's focused on me, I'm feeling up this field marshal to see if he's carrying anything else.
Go ahead and give me let's do larceny check. Whatever attribute you'd like to pair that with.
Considering I'm distracting him with my monumental brain, I'm going to use intellect.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Not a whole lot of larceny in my path here, but you're putting me into a corner. So, hey, 3.
Excellent. You find
what you got, buddy?
You find a deuce strapped to his ankle.
I figured. It's probably easier if I drag him from his feet. I turn him around.
Right?
Yeah, that's better. Let's hope that saran wrap holds, huh?
You get into the room. You immediately notice like this weird sickly green light when you go into the room.
Is it normal in the spa?
No. You look over, you see a canister about the size of like, say, a travel can of like Barbasol.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just filled with this green fluid, and there appears to be like a some sort of device that it's like plugged into or sitting on top of that's beeping.
So I will get to that in just a moment. We go into the spa.
Yes,
It's just me and Jethro,
it is.
and a little automated door shuts.
Yes,
I shoot him
excellent.
in the face.
All right, go ahead and give me
Not throw.
go ahead and give me a firearms roll with whatever you or aim roll
right?
with whatever
Yeah.
you'd like to.
I feel like this is more moxie than agility. So, would you allow me to use stamina for this roll?
Sure, why not?
I'm trying to survive, and I didn't join the Air Force to kill anybody, but they did show me how to use a gun a few times. I'm going to ask y'all a question. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of this if I don't kill this guy. Can I borrow momentum so I can reroll some failed dice? Do y'all mind? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys might end up having to save me very shortly.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I'm about to be a hostage.
Oh, Jethro. It's a deuce, you said, right? It's 6 successes for Jethro's face.
That'll hit. That does allow you to purchase a critical.
I would like to purchase
well.
a critical and as much damage as this gun will do.
Yep. So you shoot him, and he like reels backward. It's surprisingly loud. Despite being a 22, it still has quite the report. Now, hold that thought.
Mm-hmm.
So just so that we're clear, Hector is currently hugging the legs of this terrorist right next to Nora, right? You've just shot Jethro, and
yes.
Catherine has just, you like open the elevator, like the drink elevator. There's a word for that I can't remember, but you open the cart elevator, and as you do, you see 2 people strapping these green tubes that have some sort of mechanism on the bottom of them onto some of the support beams in the basement, right by where you're at. They don't seem to see you right away. So with everyone being in those places, I'm going to go ahead and pause the flight timer, and we're going to go ahead and roll initiatives.
Okay.
So
There's a flight timer?
yeah, I told you this flight's going in real time.
I hate you.
You'll be
How
in
do I roll
DC in an hour and
initiative?
4 minutes.
Okay.
So for initiative, you would roll the lower of your
Dex and cunning, right?
right. I think it's integrity, cunning, or athletics, dex. But let me double check that just real fast.
So the lower, so the one that we have the least on.
Correct. Let me just. Yeah, it's the lower of your athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity. Whichever one of those two is lower. I was stuck in anima initiative for a second there. I was like, oh, you roll your favorite approach. No, you don't.
Your favorite. I wish it was my favorite.
I got one.
I also got one.
I also got one.
Excellent. That's a 20-sided dice. So then you get to roll that.
Oh,
Oh no, I rolled the wrong die. That's all.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like,
Yeah. How many?
Allie?
Oh, go ahead. I rolled the wrong one. I'm trying to do this all at the same time now.
You're fine.
1 success.
All right. So you all have amazingly focused prior to the antagonist. So you may decide what order that focus goes in. Who would you all like to have go first?
The engineer.
Okay.
He has the
Engineer with-
upper hand
the
and the
engineer with a
higher
gun.
ground.
All right.
Yeah.
You have focus.
ground.
You also have one bullet left in your deuce. What
Yep,
would you
I
like to
sure
do?
It depends. How's Jethro doing?
He's laying on the ground bleeding, but he seems to be like reaching for something under his coat.
So
Oh.
I need to. I can't. I'm a lot concerned about Jethro. I'm a lot more concerned about that thing that's back there. Not Baxter. He's fine. The thing that I saw in the corner.
Sure.
The shaving cream can or the soup can or whatever that friggin' can of evil is that's glowing.
Can of death spike. Yeah.
So I think the second bullet, I have to make the second bullet count. Yeah. And hold on. I need to check something real quick if that's okay. We're on
Sure.
pause, right? I don't have to freak
We
out.
are
and be
paused,
like, we're
yes.
on a timer.
Yeah,
Because I was
we're
gonna start
paused.
playing the speed
Nope.
soundtrack in my head and like start
Here's what I'm
freaking
going to
out.
do. I'm pausing the flight timer every time we go into a combat. Every round of combat, I will advance the flight timer 6 seconds.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try to make this a real-time thing. We'll see how it goes.
So I'm just looking for things I can use for inspiration. Gain enhancement with a rating equal to my destructive fast any pool that uses intention. Breaking objects, destroying concepts, or ruining relationships. Does that include? Does not apply to combat. Okay. Extraordinary.
There's no
effort.
way to use your inspiration just like raw, like your facets. There's no way to use it for damage.
No, but I can use it for enhancement for scale.
Yes.
Okay. So I will increase the intensity of my shot. Because now that I have a pretty good idea as to, well, how far away he is, how he reacted to that one shot, and how powerful this particular firearm is, I'm going to put it to the softest spot of his, I don't know, brain pan, and pull the trigger and wish him well.
All right. So you're going to spend inspiration to try to apply scale to your aim?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
Right. That's how that would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be treated as a +2 enhancement because you have
Yeah.
A scale above.
Okay. So I'll be using dexterity for this one because this is definitely like a precision shot, right?
Sure.
And we're +2 enhancement. That
Yes,
you said?
that is correct.
All
+1
right,
for the
so-
gun as well, so +3
Oh.
enhancement. So
Well, that's nice.
the gun
Okay,
itself
so-
is an enhancement one.
So I got 4 and then 3, so 7.
Okay. So you could buy some additional stunts with this if you'd like. You'll be able to, like, you shoot him in the head and he's done. And you will still have 6 successes to spend on potential stunts.
I've never actually used a combat stunt before.
Okay, so you could do things such as, like, one of the things maybe you could do with this stunt is impose this, like, effectively impose disadvantage on anyone that's on the other side of that door for the next turn, as you know, like bullets and brain fragments are flying out. So you could use the remainder of your successes as an imposed disadvantage stunt. So you're adding a complication to the roll of the next person that comes up to that door.
So
as long as it's this round.
Sure. So what I'll do then, when I shoot him, I'll kick him so that he basically acts as an obstruction. So if they try to open the door, it'll be like against him.
So you're using his body as a complication for the person trying to get into the room. Great.
Yes.
I love it. That's exactly how you can use a stunt. Perfect.
Okay. The gun's empty.
So they will have a complication of 5 to get that door open.
Good. Okay.
All right. Who would you like to pass focus to?
I would like to pass focus to. So hold on. So Hector's in a fight, and
Hector is hugging the legs of a man who just drove us like a collapsible baton through a retired police officer by the name of John McSomething or other.
I feel like I want some more action before we get to the elevator. So I'm going to pass it to Nora, who was next to the fight, that isn't engaged at the fight.
All right, this is literally happening right next to you, Nora. You're in the aisle seat, in fact. Like, so what would you like to do?
No pressure. Man's head just got
your
spiked
moment.
through.
I'm gonna scream like. And I think that I'm gonna jump on the back of the guy who just threw a spike through somebody else's face because
Get his ass.
you're irrational when shit like that happens. So I'm gonna monkey on his back. Just kinda like,
All right, go ahead and make a close combat roll, and then whatever
Jesus.
attribute you'd like to pair that with.
Dexterity.
Sure.
Because I don't think I can use composure. 4. What'd you say? Athletics? Oh, close combat.
Close combat.
2.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll these dice.
I don't know. I would argue that you could use composure, considering you just screamed your head off and you're just kind of tackling. I'm assaulting you with my composure.
Scream out the panic. Becomes
All right.
Just raw teacher rage. That's all we're getting right now.
Yeah. I got 3 successes.
Excellent. You leap on his back. That also allows you. You have 1 stunt, so you can either deal damage, or you can add a complication. To basically you're hemming him up so he can't move. It's up to you. You can choose to deal damage as you're grabbing him, or you can hold him in place.
I just want to hold him in place.
Okay. He'll have a complication of 1 when he tries to do anything because he's got a person on him. Who would you like to hand focus to?
I would like to hand focus to the person who also just witnessed somebody getting stabbed through the eye, and it's partially his fault that his friend is dead.
You killed John. Hector.
I'm sorry.
You killed John in like 5 minutes.
He was so confident too. I feel like a piece of shit. Oh man.
If only he was 20 years younger.
And
Too old for this shit.
And in a tower.
I'm gonna. Oh god, the dude is. Could I grab the spike and just spike him through the eye?
Like turn his spike at him? Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
This is gonna end badly.
Close combat. Yeah.
You're gonna have 1 complication to overcome. That
Gotcha.
As you're stepping towards the area you're stepping in, there's now sharp shards of bone. So
There it is.
It wasn't glass. It wasn't glass. Oh,
it wasn't
no.
glass
Yeah,
yet.
chat, we were wrong. All right.
You've got John in your foot.
Ugh.
Bad case of the Willis.
Ew.
That is, oh God bless. Okay. That's 3.
Excellent.
Nice.
So here's the deal. Okay. Nope. That's actually exactly what you need to hit him. So you're able to overcome the complication. You step on like the ball of your feet, so you don't get any brain matter and or bone up your foot.
Outstanding.
And lean forward and like just put all your weight into this, and you hear a cracking sound as his arm compound fractures, and that spike goes straight into his brain, and blood sprays like onto Nora's face.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm so sorry. Oh God. What have I done?
Excellent. Who would you like to pass focus to? I would assume
pass
that will go to
focus
Catherine,
to-
right?
Yeah, to Catherine.
Excellent. Catherine,
Meanwhile,
what would you like to do?
So what is the scene that I am witnessing right now?
So you come out of the drink elevator. You see 2 people. Their backs are to you, and they're attaching these cylinders to like support beams in the plane between you and the cockpit.
Did I hear a lot of the other people talk? Were a lot of them speaking Russian, like with Russian accents? Was there only one like American sounding person, or was it just like all over the board?
Everything that you've heard sounded Eastern European.
And are we allowed to? You said we're allowed to take on languages for what?
Oh, I'll give you equal to your intellect. Why not?
Equal to my intellect. I don't see intellect. I see integrity.
Intellect's an attribute.
Okay, I get 3. Okay. So I will take Russian as one of my languages, and I'm going to start speaking Russian to them, like trying to be authoritative and like, you're doing this all wrong. That was supposed to go at the back of the plane, and the other one was supposed to go at the front of the plane. And what the hell do you think you're doing? Go upstairs. You're messing it all up.
All right, give me a larceny roll.
Larceny, okay.
Or persuasion. You're going to have a complication of 3 because they know you're not with them. So
she could be an insider.
if she overcomes that
so-
complication, she could.
Yeah.
Persuasion, and then what else am I rolling?
It's up to you what attribute you want to rely on. Whatever you think is most suitable in this situation. It could be manipulation because you're lying. It could be presence, just force of personality. It could be composure, like for you to keep your cool while you're telling this lie.
Does
Any of
cunning
those
make
would work.
sense?
Yeah, because they're thinking fast on your feet. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So your target number is unchanged, but you need to be able to basically get if you
4.
oh yeah 4 successes.
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, you're good to go. They look at each other and they're confused. They're completely stunned. They're unable to do anything for this turn, which will give you a enhancement of 1 on your next action when we get to the next round after their action. So they're going to just stand there dumbfounded this turn. So that's those 2. Xenia is going to send in 2 of her associates to go open that door
Okay.
as she continues to eat peanuts.
Okay.
Those 2 associates are going to try to bust the door down. All right, so the door starts to like slam and splinter, but it does not open.
Okay.
Two more of them of these people in the same outfit come running across the aisle toward you, like from the other side of business, toward Hector and Nora. They're going to attempt to attack you, but they are also contending with a complication of trying to get through this crowded space. So they will have a complication of 2. If they fail to resolve it, they may still make contact with you, but they are going to wind up tripping over someone. So the first one, who's going to be attacking, first one's going to go for Hector. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they buy off the complication. What would you like to do defensively? You've already acted for the turn, so basically you can roll any one of your resilience attributes. Which one would you like to rely on there, Hector?
I'm gonna try to regain composure, I guess.
All right. So roll your straight up composure.
Oh, look at that. There's one.
1. Okay. And you don't have any soft armor, do you?
Absolutely not. I am a mousy Hispanic kid with a puffy jacket.
All right. They buy off their complications. So the first one like leaps over, like you see him jump up and like run across the seat backs and like come down on you with that spike. And get you in the back. You suffer 1 injury condition. And because they've got it lodged in your back, you're going to be at a complication of 2 to your next action. Because they're like, they like stabbed you in the back and are holding it in place.
Ow!
You're so mean.
And the other one is going to be coming at Nora.
No, thank you.
No, we're done here. We're good.
I didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. Just kidding. He's not really dead.
And then like a friend.
What attribute would you like to rely on? You may again use any one of your resilience attributes to roll for defense.
I don't know. Present?
It'd be the resilience ones are the ones on the resilience approach. So your be composure, stamina, or resolve.
Oh.
Composure would be like staying calm enough to move out of the way. Stamina is like I'm just going to take this hit, and resolve would be like I'm going to back them down, or I'm going to scare them enough in the last minute that they miss.
I'm gonna use composure and then try to dodge.
All right, so go ahead and roll your composure.
Jesus, Louises.
We call that the oh my.
Is a 1 like a critical fail?
No, only if you don't get any other successes on it.
Yeah, I didn't get any successes and I rolled a 1.
Excellent. So you have an option.
Not excellent.
Before I give you consolation on this,
I think you should take some momentum.
You can spend momentum to reroll a failed dice, or you can accept the consolation and you'll gain 2 momentum because you botched.
I'll accept.
All right, excellent. You go to
This is how I die.
you go to Bob when you should have weaved. The group gains 2 momentum as they like come across, and they're not using the spike. Like they at the last minute they close the spike and they just grab you by they palm your face.
Oh no, not the face.
And like ricochet your head off of that single mom you were sitting next to. So you take a health level and she gets knocked the fuck out. She's just
I'm so sorry. What's a health level? What do I put that on my chart?
So you can put head injury in your bruised condition.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when you're suffering damage, that's a complication that you need to overcome with every action. If you don't overcome that complication, you risk further exacerbating the injury.
Interesting. Cool.
All right, so hold on 1 second. Actually, hold on 6 seconds as I move the clock forward. Excellent. All right, it is a new round. The first focus, I believe, last time went to Carlos. So let's go ahead and give that first focus Carlos again. What would you like to do?
So a couple questions. They're trying to break down the door.
Yes.
And
It is actively splintering right now.
yes. Is there anything in here that I think I could use to reinforce it, hold it in place? I mean, like my character's a lot better at this than I am. So
On its face, no. Is there
Okay.
something that would be very convenient for you to have in that room?
could I spend some inspiration to have a thing that would allow me to I need to manufacture something to bar this door with to reinforce it. We're in a spa, right?
You are in a spa, yes.
So I'm going to grab the robe rack, the metal robe rack, and use it to horizontally reinforce the door.
That will cost you 1 inspiration.
I will yank that thing right out of its position and say, "Hey, what's the problem?" And I would like to make I guess, would this be a technology roll?
I would allow technology. Yeah, if you're trying to
I have an improvised tool specialization.
excellent. That would not apply because this is actually you're using an improvised tool. So the way that specializations work is they are unless that's in something else. They don't apply to the skill they're in. They act as enhancements.
Right.
on related skills.
I remember that from Aberrant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I will brace this with. I'll use my body to reinforce it. So I guess it'll be stamina technology.
All right, go for it.
Who gets to make that roll? All right. 1 inspiration for robe rack. I am so here for this. Come on, roll the dice. Okay, so if we got 4 and 3 10s, so this is a stout ass robe rack. That's 5. That's 1 more 10. Come on. It's a 1. Okay, so 5.
Excellent. So as you run this rack into the door, not only do you bar it, but like you bend the hinges on the door.
Yes.
So now it is refreshed and effectively do a complication 5 to get that door open.
Yeah, get us out of here. We're stuck.
Excellent.
And I look over my shoulder at the thing, and I'll be trying to go that way next time.
Beautiful.
I have to step away for just a second. Excuse me.
Sure. Who
I
are you
will
handing
pat-
focus to?
I will. I want to see what's going on down in the hold, so I really want to pass it to Catherine.
Excellent, Catherine. What would you like to do? These people are like dumbfounded, trying to process what you've just said to them.
Oh God, I wasn't ready. Okay. I'm trying to read what patron is.
Patron is like if you have like a person, like you have a person you can call for backup. Not going to do you a whole lot of good at 40,000 feet over Tennessee.
Okay, so I'm gonna ride this ruse that I have convinced them of and be like, "You're doing it wrong." I'm just gonna continue to speak Russian and be like, "Hand me those. You're doing it wrong. They're barely even activated. You're gonna implode them before they're ready to explode." And blah, 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 blah. Just keep going about it and try to get them to hand them to me and be like, "You need to go report to." I'm just gonna say leader and not like the leader or anything like that's just what we call her.
Go ahead and make your roll. This time it's going to be just an even roll, no enhancement, no complication, just a straight up manipulation, I believe was what you were relying on last time, and then persuasion. Was that correct?
I did cunning and The first one you told me, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it was persuasion.
Okay. So persuasion 3
Or
plus
larceny.
20,
It might have been
4.
larceny.
It was
No,
larceny.
it was was it larceny? I think I did persuasion.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Either one works.
Okay. One.
All right, that's all you need. They hand you the tubes and take off walking down down the hallway. You have these 2 tubes in your hand now. Who would you like to give focus to?
Melina.
Excellent. Nora, what are you doing now that you've just had your head racked?
Ow, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is there a person that shoved me? Is he still there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I am gonna try to kick him in the penis.
Excellent. You may do so. That would be a close combat roll.
Jesus. Close combat. And anything else or just close combat?
Whatever attribute you'd like to tie to, which tribute do you want to rely on as you're kicking him in his penis?
Dexterity.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll dexterity close combat. Your difficulty is 2, so you need 2 successes to make it happen. But
Don't
also
say
remember
that.
you have the complication because of your head wound.
So what does the complication do? Does that mean I have to get an extra one?
Right. So you
Okay.
have to spend successes to resolve that complication. If you don't, then you risk possibly getting worse.
Okay. Here we go. Oof, thank God I got a 10 in the last one. Okay, so I have 2 successes.
All right. You can either choose to not aggravate your wound and miss, or you can hit this person. But the next round you will have a complication of 2. Your wound level won't go up yet. You're gonna have a complication of 2 because everything's gonna start looking fuzzy.
I really want to kick this person in the
All right.
wee-wee.
You kick them directly in the junk and they drop, like pass out on the ground unconscious.
That's all it took?
What I miss? Sorry. Catherine killed them both?
No, not at all. Okay. She did talk them into going to the other end of the plane, or going back to talk to the leader, and took their shit though.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
All right, so seeing that happen in front of you, Hector, what would you like to do? Like she sits up, like holds the back of her head, and just brings her knee up into this dude's crotch so hard that he passes out.
Nice. So all threats near us are dealt with right now, yeah?
No, the other guy, like that was the one that was fighting her. The guy who has the thing stuck in your back still has the thing stuck in your back.
Got it.
So in addition to your wound complication, because you took a wound, right?
Yeah.
In addition to that complication, you also have the +1 complication of being actively restrained by a spike down your back.
Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna try to slam my head into the back of his into his face.
Uh-oh, we lost to Allie. All right, go ahead and make your close combat. Hopefully she'll hop back on.
Gotcha. See if I can break this dude's nose. I doubt it though.
Welcome back.
3.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. 3.
Yeah, just 3 successes, and I believe my complications total 3. Yeah.
They do. So I mean, you can ignore them and take the risk of wounding yourself worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
People are in immediate danger.
So you're doing what exactly to this person?
Just trying to slam my head back. If he's got the spike in my back, I'm gonna force my body back, probably stabbing myself.
So
further.
yeah, here's the good news. The good news is that you go back and knock his ass. You cold cock him. He's done.
Nice.
Good night.
Right into the nose.
Good night, Gracie. The bad news is you do take another wound as you feel a rib go
Oh,
as that spike bends up, and it's not like it's like just below your shoulder blade. Like it actually,
God.
it wasn't the rib that broke. It was the spike pushing against the shoulder blade, busted the rib underneath it as it slides out in a spray of gore and blood.
oh God. So am I marking that on the maimed or bruised? I'm assuming maimed.
That would go under injured, actually.
All right, with because I already took an injured with a spike to the back. Is it?
You took a bruise with the spike to the back.
Ah, gotcha.
Right, and then
Yep.
I mean, you can take a higher wound if you choose, but
No, I'm good.
you should have a bruise and an injured marked off right now.
Yeah, I got. Yep.
But he is unconscious, and that means all of you have had focus, correct? Excellent. That brings us to the villains. Most of them are going about their business, but now, as the two are going to try to get the door open.
Occupado.
We've taken out what? Three total?
All right. So they start just like banging and banging and banging on this door. And it cracks open and basically shatters. So the bar is still across the door, but the material of the door is pretty much shattered at this.
Okay.
And you see that sort of happen as Xenia steps into view.
Peachy. Please don't nut me.
What would you like to do?
Well, she's very dangerous. So
She's still holding that bowl of peanuts, by the way.
I'm sure she is. So I am going to rely on my character's instinct and understanding of the deeper sciences. And I'm going to slide over to that device. How big is it?
Oh, it's only the size of like a travel container of Barbasol, so probably like yay tall, and then that big around.
Okay,
Not
so
very big.
the first thing I want to know is, do I think that it would be that I could safely pick it up? And I would like to make that assessment based on my understanding of technology and my demolitions training.
Sure. Demolitions training gives you.
So it depends on whether or not. So at 1, it's IED. At 2, it's maximized detonation. And 3 is rapid disarm.
Do you have it at 3?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So that will come in handy, and there is a system under rapid disarm, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you just need to spend a turn.
A turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I want to know is whether or not I can pick it up, whether I think I could safely pick it up. And the fact that we're flying and it's like, it does look like it's fixed, or is it just leaning on it's just set there?
It looks like it's taped to like a pole, like with electrical tape.
All right. I'm eyes locked on Xenia, not warrior princess. I am going to reach over and rip that bugger off of where it is and look at it. I'm gonna take, this is my turn to examine it.
Okay. You're spending the turn examining it. Very good. Who would you like to give focus to?
Not Xenia. I'm gonna pass it back to the dirty pair. I'm gonna pass it back to Nora.
All right. So, Nora, you're both knocked out. You're seeing a double a little bit, but it's starting to come back into focus. And you can see this poor fellow in front of you is just bleeding and like wheezing, and you see a little blood bubble like pop out of his mouth.
Are you okay, dude? I think I'm gonna try to like move him. He's on his back, right, with the spike in through his back.
No, the spike came out. So
Oh, it came out.
yeah.
I think I blacked out.
What color was your shirt, by the way?
It was just a simple gray T-shirt.
It's now a
Not-
red T-shirt.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, not anymore. I try to help him up. I'm like, are you okay? As I'm trying to like hold my head and also calm the children. Like, just stay sitting down. Your mom will wake up soon. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm fine. It's just I'm a cop. It's okay. I'm kind of a cop. Almost a cop. Oh God.
this is something weird to not know for sure. I will like stretch out my hand to pull you up.
I will
You're
happily
cop-like.
take it.
All right. Are you two doing anything else?
Can I roll to see if this concussion goes away somehow?
You can try to perform first aid on yourself and or him.
Yeah, I'll try to first aid us.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Let's see. Do.
But I have 0 points in medicine, but I will make up for it with my empathy.
Well, empathy is probably not going to help with first aid specifically, but
In your opinion.
Hey, bedside manner's a thing. It's a thing. There's what is it called? A placebo effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
so it is based on medicine. If you do not have medicine, you're going to have a complication of 2. So you can use, usually it's intellect, but you can try to defer to something else.
Composure?
Sure.
Okay.
And what's your
And I
current?
just- Yeah?
What's your current injury condition, Hector?
I have a bruise and an injured.
All right. So your difficulty is going to be 3. So you have difficulty 3, complication 2. In the event that you do not resolve that complication, you will inadvertently cause your patient to become stunned from pain.
Sorry, Hector. So I just do composure, or is there something else?
Nope, just composure.
I'm set up to fail. Okay, let's do this. I apologize in advance.
I'd like the record to show
Now-
I'm all for you using momentum if
I
you
would
need
like.
to.
I would also like to point out that you are a talent, and that comes with some benefits. One of them is the ability to take a intuitive action. Spend a point of inspiration to gain an enhancement with a rating equal to the character's intuitive facet to any dice pool related to quick thinking or acting instinctively in the moment. This applies to recovering from a surprise ambush, fast talking the guard who just found you in the bank vault after hours, or, I would say this would allow you to also, hopefully patch him up quickly, like do a basic job of patching him up.
Cool.
If you want to
So
spend an
what?
inspiration, you would add your intuitive facet as an enhancement to this roll.
Where is my? Oh, okay. It's 1 facet.
Yep. So you would roll your cunning, and then you have an enhancement of 1.
You mean composure?
Yeah, I do mean composure. Sorry.
And then I have an enhancement of 1. I don't think I'm gonna spend an inspiration for that because I failed all the 3 rolls for composure.
Oh, okay.
So
You
0.
You're stunned, Hector. You don't get to do
I
anything else.
am
this turn.
making it worse. I am so sorry.
She's
I'm
like,
so
hold
sorry.
on, let me help you. And you feel her fingers slide into the wound.
Yeah, no, you
And
can
like
yep. You're a
a
doctor,
piece
right?
a piece of your rib like flakes off. Like a splinter flakes off.
You're a doc. You said you were a doctor. You're a doctor, right? You wouldn't try this without being a doctor, would you?
So that brings focus over to Catherine. What would you like to do?
Because Hector is derped. It's absolutely.
I'm so glad I can't see the hot mess that is happening over there.
Big heart. Okay.
Who had the romance aspirations again?
Oh,
One hell of a meet cute.
Okay, so I'm assuming they gave me their.
You have the two
Hands.
cylinders. Yep.
Do they look like they can be disarmed? Like from my experience, can I do anything with them? Like,
Do you
and are
have
the people leaving?
Do you have demolitions training as a edge? The people are leaving, absolutely.
No, I have.
All right, you can roll technology if you'd like to try to see if you can figure out what these are.
Okay. And then what do I roll with technology?
Whatever attribute you think is most pertinent right now.
Intellect?
Sure.
Okay. 0.
All right. Yeah, you look at them and you're like, I have no fucking idea what these things do. But you can look at them while you're making your way toward the cockpit if you so choose.
Yeah, I would like to continue towards the cockpit.
Excellent. You'll be there at the start of the next time you gain focus, you'll be at the cockpit. That brings us to the villains. Xenia looks at you, looks at the device in your hand, and you see her take a peanut and flick it past you. She will also then spend a point of inspiration to apply her destructive facet as enhancement, in addition to her murderous totality trait.
Dude, are you about to get sucked out of this plane? Is this about to rupture the entire aircraft?
She's about to She's about to open some fucking windows.
Oh my god.
With a peanut? With a peanut?
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's okay. I have a plan.
You have a plan for this?
I
What
have-
do you mean?
I have a plan.
Let me see exactly how this works. Is she taking a destructive action? Yep. All right. So that would be her primary pool, and she will have an enhancement of 6 against this.
So I would like to, we'll go ahead and make your roll, and I'll tell you what I want to do.
All right.
I love the confidence.
Well, I mean, it only works if you let it happen. So,
So that's 11 successes.
okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to spend enough, because here's what I know. I know how much force it takes for that peanut to go through that window. And I feel that the structural integrity of that peanut is not enough to withstand the force that's going to be applied by her fingers. And she's going to try so very hard, the peanut's just going to explode in her hand.
Okay.
And I would like to spend enough inspiration to make that happen.
That would be...
I feel like that's creative editing, right?
That is dramatic editing. Yeah, I'm just trying to see like...
And I would like to say, for the record, science is on my side.
Science does not matter once inspiration starts getting thrown around.
Well, I know that.
Just
I know
FYI, that's
I am
the
well
thing.
aware. I'm saying this is my character justification. He is confident in this science.
Oh, you can also spend inspiration for talented defense, by the way. I always forget to do this. You can spend an inspiration to add your lowest rated facet to your defense for the entire scene.
Okay.
Okay, so with dramatic editing, you cannot overrule facts that have been established or override the effects of a dice roll that's already occurred.
Okay.
You can generate a plausible advantage within the scene. So here's what I would say.
I guess that
I
would
will allow
say,
you to
Okay.
spend normally 2 inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
However, she is going to. Yep. So you can spend 2 inspiration to prevent her from being able to actually open the ship. It's not going to make the peanut dust.
Well, it'll dust when it hits the window, right?
No, it just won't break the window.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take
So-
that. I'll take that. Sure.
She will instead use her sharpshooter. She'll spend another inspiration for sharpshooter
To bounce the peanut.
to bounce the peanut, and the peanut doesn't hit you. It hits the object in your hand,
Okay.
which
That's all I can do
shatters.
about that. Whoops.
When that shatters, I need you to give me a stamina plus composure.
Okay. Stamina plus composure. It's a pretty decent roll for me. We'll see how it goes. 3 successes, 2 tens. 4.
All right. As this thing shatters and the fluid in it almost immediately turns to a vapor,
Mm-hmm.
and the vapor cloud sort of pours out. Nothing happens to you. And she raises an eyebrow, and that will bring the focus back to you and advance the clock by 6 seconds. What would you like to do?
Well, since I studied it for a round, what the hell just happened? What is this thing? What was it before it broke?
As near as you can tell, this is the device attached to it is a small detonator. Probably not even enough to, in and of itself, like cause the plane to like breach the hull of the plane. Now, if enough of these were set up around it strategically, it may, or it might just cause smaller breaches in the hull. But it looks like it's designed to basically blow the glass on this thing.
Just to blow the glass on the device and cause the vapor to spread? What do I think the vapor is?
You have no idea because that's not like the explosive.
Okay. So the explosive device, the explosive device is still intact.
Correct.
The detonation, like the exploding device is still intact.
Correct.
And there's a bunch of vapor in the room, and she raises an eyebrow at me. So I will raise an eyebrow at her and configure the device to explode.
Boop, boop,
And then
boop.
I'm gonna throw it at her. And I will say,
Excellent.
catch. And then I will get behind Jethro.
All right, go ahead and roll your aim, I guess.
I mean, it's a grenade. Sure, I'll roll aim.
If athletics is something,
I mean, my
aim's
aim's better. It's fine. I didn't know. So I don't need to roll to configure it to detonate, right? Like I just whip this thing.
No, yeah, you got demolitions
Okay.
expert and all that shit.
Yeah, I pulled plug. And where's the kaboom? All right. I had a plan. 2.
All right, you throw it, and she like roundhouse kicks it into the shower, and it explodes in the shower.
Woman is a nightmare.
I will pass focus to
FYI, that woman is a starting talent. What would you like?
I will pass it to Hector, who I think is recovering from his stun now, right?
She's a little better than a starting talent, I guess, actually, now that I think about it. But yes, Hector is sort of recovering. He's not stunned anymore. So
Right,
Hector,
that's what
what
I'm
would
gonna
you like to do?
pass it to Hector.
I'm gonna try to rally the people. You know, probably screaming in fear and all the nonsense that's been going on, but we're stronger together.
Okay, so you want to give like an inspirational speech?
As short as as much as a 6-second pause can, absolutely. Just like we are in charge of our own destiny. We can fix this. We've already two of us already took out. We took out 2 people. Yeah, 2 of us already took out 2 people. There's more of us than there are them. I'm gonna try to rally the people.
All right. I'm gonna say that would probably be persuasion or command. Up to you which one.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give you an enhancement of 1 because Murica.
They did just watch you take out 2 terrorists.
Yeah.
Bleeding to death, still standing. All right. Manipulation, persuasion sound good?
Sure.
Sweet. That is 1, 2. That's a 10. 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
Excellent. So you can effectively shift the atmosphere in here from fear to courage as people start to rally and they're like, yeah, we can take them. They start grabbing their laptops and shit. And all of Coach starts to get very, very rowdy about this. Now, as you see this man, despite his horrible wounds, start rallying everyone, what would you like to do, Nora?
I kind of want to back him up. Yeah, we can do it. And charge. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel inspired.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
moving.
if you'd like, you can also make a additional social roll, like a command or a persuasion. If you have any tactics you would like to employ, you may do so. I'm just trying to think if you have any gifts that might come into play here.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't think a scathing insult would fit right now.
Some bitch.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and make a command or persuasion.
Persuasion. And just persuasion or persuasion presence?
You can add presence if you'd like. Yeah. Any whatever attribute you feel is best.
One success.
Excellent. So you have added an additional. You've pushed the atmosphere now to a courage of +2. And that brings us then to Catherine. What would you like to do?
Save us all.
I would like to. Am I gonna have? No, I have the key to get into the cockpit. I don't have to force my way in, right?
Correct. Yeah. So you can run up that side stairway and get right into the cockpit.
Okay, I'd like to get into the cockpit.
Excellent. You do so. You step in. The pilot's sitting there, flying. He looks over and sees you and pulls the gun out of his dashboard.
Oh God. Okay. So can I did the math on the explosives that I have to figure out how to detonate them?
To detonate them?
Yes. That is what I want to do.
Why?
Yeah? Why?
Because you said that they were small.
They are,
Do
but
I
why
not-
do you want to detonate them?
I'm gonna throw them at him.
At the pilot?
At the pilot. Ellie, no.
Is she actually with the bad guys?
But I feel like we don't want the bad guys to make it to DC. Am I wrong here?
We
You're in the
want to
cockpit.
make it to DC. We don't want to all die in a fiery plane crash.
I'd second that motion.
I'm
You're
all
welcome
for it. I
to.
don't
That's
really
up to
care.
you. What would you like to do, Catherine?
Alex,
You
did
absolutely
say you're all
can. You
for it?
absolutely can detonate those and throw them at the pilot if you'd like.
I am all in on the wackadoo.
Okay, wait. I'm just gonna throw one at the pilot.
Okay,
Is there a
that's
bonus?
Why?
That's fine. Absolutely. Give me athletics or aim, whichever you prefer, and whatever attribute you would like.
I mean, he pulled a gun. What do you do, right? Like, I don't.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Ah!
So aim, and I don't know what this would be.
Dexterity, maybe.
This is the I shot
Okay.
the clerk moment.
We'll go with that.
You
We'll
shot
go
the
with
clerk. I
dexterity.
shot the clerk.
Oh fuck! I think I shot Marvin in the face.
Hope you got a lawyer.
Oh, I didn't get any successes.
God bless.
Excellent. You throw this bomb. You don't hit him. You don't hit him.
Oh no.
But it does detonate. And as it detonates, he drops the gun and starts to like cough. And you see tentacles start to grow out of his arm. Like
That's
3
hot.
tentacles start to sprout out of his arm.
Oh God. I don't want to breathe whatever that is now.
Oh no! What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know if I should close the door and leave or if that's the wrong response.
You're
I would like
fine.
to point out
Think about
there's a gun on the ground now. So I mean,
Really think about this from his perspective. He was flying. I mean, from what I know, the pilots didn't know what was going on. Some insane person bursts through the door, yeets a can of abomination fluid.
the
His
pilots
arm
did
got
know
into
that they were being
tentacles, and then
hijacked.
you-
They were aware
Okay,
of
cool.
that.
I was under the impression that they were very aware.
They were aware that they were being hijacked, yes. But if someone who's not a flight attendant comes into a plane in a post 9/11 world, the pilot attacks that person.
And then
These
his
are all
arm
small
turns into
details.
tentacles.
These are all small details. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take that gun and I'm gonna close the door for a little bit.
Excellent. As you close the door inside, you hear.
It's the wrong decision.
Then there were
I'm
tentacles.
fucked up. I done fucked.
As the plane starts to buck a little bit. All right, so that brings us focus to our villainous people, who all start to converge up top because now they feel the plane starting to tip. But Xenia is looking face to face with you. And she says to you, "You would dare stand in the way of evolution." As she steps over her dead friend.
That's not really what happened here. I just want to survive. Okay. Jethro was kind of an incompetent dick anyway. I know you can kill me. You can kill me anytime. But if you can't, if you had noticed, the plane is moving in ways it's not supposed to now. Something is happening. And I know you can flick nuts, but can you fly?
Why is that the most intimidating thing I've ever heard?
Yeah, make a social roll. What would you like to? Persuasion?
I mean,
You have a
can she
complication
fly?
of 3 because she wants to kill you.
I know she wants to kill me, but I'm going to out reason her. That's my plan. So I'm going to roll intelligence survival. How's that go for you?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Because I'm reminding her of the fact that we are in a flying object that weighs a bunch of pounds that is likely going to fall out of the sky, considering the way it's moving. That's my plan.
See what you got.
Would you say my complication is 15?
3.
Oh, okay. Okay. We got some momentum back, right? You guys mind if I borrow one of those? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Nobody say no?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
go
you would have
for
gotten
it. Yeah,
initial
absolutely.
momentum when Allie missed with the bomb.
You just
Right,
go
that's-
ahead. You take that.
That's 6.
I helped.
That's 6.
She calls over her shoulder and She says, Azaria, Dakota, breach the cockpit, find out what's wrong, right the plane. The two that were trying to kick the door in, take off. Downstairs, you all are in command of a horde of extras, basically, right? So what I'm going to do
Baxter.
is I'm going to give you all an enhancement. Each of you will have an enhancement of 5 to represent the giant crowd that is at your command. And by each of you, I mean Hector and Nora. So as focus falls back to Hector, what would you like to do?
I didn't think I'd get this far. I'm gonna command the horde. We're gonna find the remaining threats to our lives, and we're gonna take them out.
Well, 2 of them come running up the hallway toward you.
That was easy. Let's get them. Yeah, charging in.
What sort of action would you like to take? And are you using anything? Are you grabbing anything? Are you? There are several of these weapons laying around now.
Oh yeah, I'm grabbing the spike that was just in my back.
Excellent. You pick it up and there's like a little chunk of meat hanging off of it.
Oh, that's a piece of me. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna charge one of the people and hope that the horde is courageous enough to charge with me. I'm gonna try to stab him.
All right. Go ahead and give me a close combat.
Aye. 2 successes.
Plus your 5 enhancement.
Oh, God bless.
Okay, so that is clearly enough to take out the first one. Plus you have 4 enhancement left to buy additional stunts with. So you could do things like, for example, block off the stairwell with their bodies so that others can't come in through that way.
Absolutely. That sounds like a perfect thing to do.
Excellent. That brings us then to Nora. What would you like to do? You also have the 5 enhancement from the other side of the plane that's helping you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna help. And
Remember, you
I'm
do still have
gonna.
that borrowed bond. Just keep in mind that lasts until the end of the scene. So if you want to use that with anyone, any of the terrorists, you can. But continue.
I don't know how I would use that.
At the moment,
No.
probably not at all, but I'm just saying keep that in mind.
Okay.
You'd be like, you sure you
I'm
want to do this,
gonna-
man?
You're outnumbered. Turn to the side of good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to like stop them because we don't know what's happening, right? So yeah. Maybe we'll like go upstairs. Maybe I'll get a group to go upstairs from the other end of the plane.
Okay. Excellent. And they're going to just try to restrain people, like grab them?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a close combat roll. You have an enhancement of 5.
Does that mean I get 5 more dice?
No, that means that if you get a success, you get 5 bonus successes.
Oh, so close combat and manipulation, composure, presence.
It's up to you. Any of those is fine.
Okay. One success. Wait. 110.
You roll that.
Okay, so the 10 rerolls. Okay, so 2 successes. Thank God.
Plus 5.
All right. So you're able to restrain, we'll say, 3 of them in total.
Awesome. I'll be like, what do you guys want?
They're like, "You are standing in the way of evolution," as you're wrestling with them. That brings us to Catherine. What would you like to do?
I don't know what the hell just happened. I shut the door because I am freaked out compared to everything else I've ever witnessed in my life. So, have I seen anything like that before, considering my line of work?
Yes. In fact, I'll go ahead and give this to you without a roll. You recall an incident that happened about 6 months ago. There was a member of the House of Representatives who basically was discovered to be part of a cult. He was having a fundraiser at his home when a number of individuals dressed in that were basically dressed up as servants that were working this event came in and started to detonate these large cylinders filled with a bizarre reagent that caused some of the people at the party to actually like mutate. They were stopped by operatives, according to the case file that you read, operatives of a group known as the Pharaoh's Lightkeepers, which is kind of a extra governmental problem solver group.
Okay.
But they did manage to stop it. They did manage to contain the outbreak, and they did manage to catch most of the people that were involved. The actual the state senator themselves actually died.
Did it talk about the creatures at all and like weaknesses, what they were like, anything like that?
The creatures that appeared had a couple different mutations. At least two of them grew like double in size. A couple of them grew tentacles, and one of them was spitting out this sort of acidic fluid that actually severely burned one of the law enforcement officers that responded. They had to basically get medically retired after that.
Oh shit.
This all came from, according to the intelligence, this was all tied to a cult that refers to itself as 2911 or 2911. You also know that that cult is suspected of being responsible for a bombing in Berlin right around the same time.
Oh boy. Okay. From the outside of the door, does it sound like it's getting violent in there with the pilot and the co-pilot?
It does, yeah. You hear screaming and oh god, stop! And you hear like a tearing sound.
God. I should have thought about the bombs before I threw them. I'm gonna hide.
Excellent.
Can
Go
I,
ahead and
like,
roll,
hide
go
off
ahead
to
and roll larceny.
Larceny? Okay.
And then whatever attribute you feel would go best with hiding.
Am I trying to be smart hiding or like get into a small place like dexterity, you think?
Up to you.
I think I'm gonna try to be smart because I'm gonna try to position myself because I assume someone is gonna come try to check on this, and I'm assuming that the beast inside is going to attack whomever. I just like inadvertently set a trap is what I'm going for.
Aren't you glad you threw that
Sure.
grenade now?
It's all working out for the better, you know. Life gives you lemons. So,
When life gives you tentacles.
yes. I got 1.
All right, you duck back into the container and like another drink elevator and like shut it on yourself. So you're just kind of watching. And as you're watching, 2 people come over and like bust the door. They start trying to bust the door down, and you see the door start denting outward, and then the upper half of the co-pilot fly through the door.
Oh shit!
I'm so glad I hid.
What did you do?
Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys.
That brings us back to the focus on them. Xenia says, "You must understand, even our failures are successes."
Well, you should understand that if you're trying to distribute a gas agent in this particular A380, you should know that the higher pressurization of the cabin is going to prevent distribution on an even level. You've already wasted 1 canister. So if you really are trying to hit the whole populace, you might want to reconsider your approach. Just saying. Because you're already down 1. How many more do you have?
And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a remote.
Didn't I just finish telling you that it's wholly inefficient to go this route?
Our work is ongoing. And she pushes the button.
Well, okay. Well, that's going to happen.
Whoopsie.
That's on their focus, right?
Yes. Focus returns to you. What would you like to do there?
I mean, she just pressed the button. I still don't know what this gas does. She's talking about, I mean, at this point, like, I knew she was dangerous. Now she just sounds like a wacko. More so than like a standard terrorist. Like, this sounds wacky. So it's just me and her, this busted ass door,
and a
Jethro's
corpse.
dead ass body. There's 2 bodies. There's 2 bodies. I mean, you know, I feel like if she is that deft with all the goodies, maybe she's not that bright. So after she pushes the button, I'm going to I'm gonna point past her shoulder and go, "What the hell is that?" And I'm gonna try to get past her when she looks at it.
Make a larceny roll. You're gonna be a difficulty 3.
Sure. I'm out of tools and gear, so I just need to run. Fucking larceny. All right, I'm still gonna be smart. I'm trying to be smarter than her. That's all I got, because she roundhoused a grenade into a shower spa. Or spa shower. Just so y'all know, we have 4 momentum left right now. So I got 3 with 110. And I would like to borrow one of those if I can, please, to try to get 1 more success out of this, if y'all don't mind.
Hey, Pesto, thanks for the raid.
Pesto.
Welcome. Welcome.
All right,
to
so
the,
five
welcome to the
total.
nightmare.
5 total, and we're down to 4 momentum.
All right.
Right? I still we're at 4 or 5.
That actually works. She looks over.
I run.
All right, you dash past her.
She looks right. If she looks right, I go left. If she looks left, I go right.
You go past her toward the bar. You can see behind you that the pair that was walking back there like jumped to the side, and you see the torso, the upper torso of the co-pilot like writhing.
Ah, uh, so I had a pretty good idea as to what the map of this plane looks like. So the cockpit's that way.
Yeah.
That's definitely half of a pilot.
Yes.
How's the plane doing?
It's starting to like drift.
Okay, great. So we're in a listing Airbus at maybe 12,000 feet, maybe more. um, hmm. Do I hear the swarm of normies?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's also a riot. Okay.
Yeah,
So there's a riot.
You're not gonna get another one of our planes, and like, yeah. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Did I hear the explosions when they went off?
No, they weren't loud enough.
Okay. I will. And the two that are heading toward the cockpit, they're facing away from me then?
Yes.
Okay. I will. So that means no one's looking at me.
Correct.
I jump over the bar.
Excellent.
I get over the bar and I get behind the bar.
So now two of you are hiding behind cover while the other two are leading a small insurrection.
Wait, is she behind the bar?
No, she's.
Okay. Like, that's awkward
I'm in an
moment.
elevator.
That'd be hilarious if she was.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here?
We are going to fall out of focus as here's what happens. I need everyone to roll their stamina plus composure, please.
Again?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Zero.
Two.
Okay.
3.
Excellent.
Four total.
Excellent. Nora, you see this gas start sort of permeating the area. And you start coughing a little bit, and you suffer 1 level of damage. That puts you at maimed now? Or injured?
What, another level of damage?
Yep.
I had a +1 head injury, and I guess if I didn't recover, it was a +2 complication.
Right.
So now I am maimed.
Now you're injured, right?
That's
So you
injured.
Now
have
I'm
to-
injured.
Yep. And you can just go ahead and put chemical burns down as the cause of your injury.
Oh, God.
No, not the face.
Hector,
And turn into the
you got
Joker.
no successes?
I got 0 successes.
You suffer 3 health levels of damage.
I only have a maimed condition left.
You are
Pretty sure I'm
taken
taken
out.
out. Yep.
Yep. So you see Hector like retch as this gas hits him, and for a second you see his skin start to grow scales.
Oh,
and
no.
like one of his eyes like bulges out like District 9 style, and then you see it slap back in, and the skin where the scales were slough off as he passes out.
Gnarly.
You guys got this.
You are the only person who's in the position to see this, Catherine. You see Xenia walks over to the two that are by the cockpit, and she says in Russian, "It's too late. We're going to need to evacuate. I will take responsibility for this personally with Michael." And she she flicks a peanut, shatters out the windshield of the cockpit, and grabs her brother and sister, and they get sucked out the front of the plane. along with the tentacly pilot.
Am I allowed to respond to any of that?
You want to like say something to them from hiding?
I have quick draw. Can I shoot her?
Yes, absolutely. When would you like to try to shoot her?
I mean, what sounds like a great timing? Probably before the peanut.
Okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Go ahead and make your roll. I'm going to give you +2 enhancement because she's not aware of your presence. So it would be a aim plus whatever attribute you'd like to go with. The firearm that you're holding has an enhancement of 2. So you'll have a total enhancement of 4.
Okay, I have no idea what I would use with a gun.
So it'd be aim and then probably dexterity normally.
Okay, cool. Three.
Excellent. +4, so that's 7.
Blam.
You shoot her in the back of the head. And
Allie's just an agent of chaos.
Every game.
She
Every
like
game.
Intentionally on this one.
she like looks back at you, and you hear her say in Russian, "I'll be seeing you." As she goes through with the peanut, pulls her brother and sister out, and goes out through the window.
Oh shit. Oh my god, she just survived a shot to the head. I don't know.
There was definitely a blood spray. Like you hit her, and it looked like it hurt, but
You
not
had it
enough
right in
to
the
put her
sequel.
Right in the sequel.
Right, I don't know what's happening my whole life right now. I don't know.
The plane starts to tilt.
I know that
Everyone around you, Nora, one of two things starts happening to everyone around you. Most of them start to like just pass out and convulse. You see about 6 of them start to grow tentacles and like scales and start like ripping seats out of the plane. And you also, I need everyone who is conscious to give me, we'll say like an athletics roll or something likewise to resist being pulled forward by the rapid explosive decompressions happening in this plane.
Just
So
in athletics.
we're on the second floor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do I get any advantage for having leverage and having cover?
Yeah, I'll give you an enhancement for having cover.
Might be helpful.
Does my elevator shaft count as cover?
Yes.
And you said just to roll a straight athletics?
Plus whatever attribute you feel would be most
I'm
appropriate.
going stamina.
So like if
for
you're
sure.
holding on to something, it'd be might. If you're just being tough, it'd be stamina.
I got 4.
Right,
Plus
you're
1,
good.
so
I'm
5.
gonna go with dexterity.
I got 1.
All right, you hold your ground, but Hector flies past you.
Oh, that's so sad. I got a 1.
All right, so you got all 1 or you got 1 success?
1 success.
Okay. Fortunately, Carlos, you have enough successes that as you see this dude like soaked in a bloody shirt, clearly like beat to fuck, half of the skin on his arm has been like ripped off, come flying past you towards the cockpit.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You have enough leftover successes that you can grab him if you so choose.
I want to grab him and let his momentum take me to the cockpit.
I'll allow
Do
it.
it.
Smart. It's so smart.
That's so good.
So I let him yank me out from over the bar, and I say, "Sorry, dude," and I hold on to him.
You manage to slam him down into the co-pilot seat as you land in the pilot seat.
And I will. I guess I'll secure his restraints.
All right, you reach over and buckle him up. Ignoring the put the mask on yourself first thing, but that's fine.
That's for passengers, okay? This is a crisis situation.
I am the captain now.
The seat
I
that
am the
you're
captain
in
now.
is slimy. So
That's
you're gonna
gross.
have you have a complication of one due to all the controls being like mucusy.
Gooey.
Like it looks
All right.
like somebody hay fever sneezed on this whole cockpit. It's really what it looks like.
That's black.
So, I mean, I don't know if we're dealing with focus right now, but I can tell you what I'm going to be doing.
No, we're not dealing with focus. We're in real time.
Okay, so once
the
I'm sure that
plane
he's not
will be
going
on
to
the ground
fly,
in 54 minutes or less.
or less, probably less. Now, if I'm sure he's not going to get sucked out and I have enough leverage, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the A380's highly advanced pressurization technology and equalize the pressure inside the plane.
Excellent.
So I'm going to start banging on all of the touch controls because this is a highly advanced cockpit.
That'd be a piloting role.
Oh yeah,
Are
I'm
you
an
good at
astronaut.
piloting?
Asshole.
He's been training for this his whole life. His whole life.
This is how I'm gonna land when I get back from Mars. This is my moment.
With your dog, and your dog will be buckled in right now.
I'm getting home to my dog. Okay, that's gonna happen. Yeah. So
No one's found love yet. This is pretty upsetting.
I'm gonna be in love with this plane in a minute. And I have one complication, right?
Yes, because of the slime.
Sure, because of the slime. So I got 5. I will use one to buy off the slime.
Excellent.
So yeah, I will begin normalizing pressure inside the cabin. And I guess I need to start taking us downward a bit, right, to help offset it too. So I need to get us. What are we at right now, like altitude wise?
30,000.
So I need to get us down to equalize pressure inside the cabin. I need to get us down to 12,000 feet. So I have Daredevil as well, and voiding the warranty. Let's go.
Do you have inspiration left to fuel all that?
Well, you said it's the next scene, right?
Yes, it is the next
Okay.
scene. So you gain 1 inspiration. You all gain 1.
Right. So I think I only need 1 for voiding the warranty. I don't think I need 1 for Daredevil, do I? Is that one ongoing? I have to double check. I have pages for these though. So let's see. Which one do I want to use?
Can you
I
have
don't-
my inspiration since I'm asleep?
I don't think I need. So this isn't death defying. I think it's gonna be voiding the warranty, right? To get this plane to move in ways that it's not necessarily intended to.
Yeah.
Once a scene, the character can overclock a device for a single action. This feature unclocks at the end of the turn. Yeah, it doesn't. There's no inspiration requirement.
Yeah, I mean, well, Daredevil, the way Daredevil works, you spend an inspiration while you're piloting a vehicle. You can add your destructive facet and enhancement to death-defying actions. What constitutes a death-defying action is up to story guide discretion. But anything that
Sure.
would do severe damage to the vehicle or driver
Oh, you mean like
failures-
like nose diving 20,000 feet and trying to equalize pressure?
Right.
All right, fine. I'll spend the inspiration. Let's do it.
Oh, wait, I have a question.
I have an answer.
I have a question. Can my character use theater of conflict for Alex's character?
Yeah, what does Theater of Conflict do exactly?
At the beginning of a scene in which I am commanding a group, I don't know if I'm technically commanding, but I feel like I've noticed.
If you come in and start yelling at me, I mean,
I can spend an inspiration point to use any use of inspiration for dramatic editing that would negatively affect my team, cost an extra 2 points, or momentum occurs as normal. So can I just like take away the negative things that were affecting him?
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you do that. If you're
I
run
just
in,
want to.
run
You
and be
land
like,
that plane. Land it. Yeah. You got this.
It's gonna be a second. Hold on. Seriously, hold on. Yeah, I nosedive an Airbus A380, 25,000 feet
All right, go ahead and give me a piloting roll. You're going to have a complication of 2 because of the 3 because the 4 because the plane is damaged. You're covered in slime, and
it's Airbus.
and it's a big fucking plane.
It's okay.
Do I remove any of that?
No, all that you're doing with this is like preventing anything else from making it worse. So, like for example, if any of the villains are still on this ship and trying to use inspiration to make it to like negate what he's doing, you make it harder for them. Anything that would be outside of the norm, you have helped him eliminate.
Like
Okay.
the tentacle monsters.
Okay, tentacle
So I will-
monsters.
So I will say this to you all now. I have 4 successes on 10 dice. I feel like I need a momentum roll here.
What's your?
Agreed.
Is that including your destructive facet?
Oh, I get 1 more die.
No, your destructive facet's enhancement when you
So I got
activate-
5. So 5 successes then.
Right, and
Go
you had
ahead.
to overcome
I'm fine with it.
complication of 5.
Right, but I don't have any successes yet then.
Yeah, or you can just overcome 4 of those complications and deal with 1 problem.
Well, or we have how much momentum left? 4, 3. We had 4. I spent 1. That brought us to 3.
Yep.
Can I drop us to 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just need 1 more on 5 dice. Two. Both 10s. Three. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Yeah, my ass probably comes out of the seat.
Yeah.
because I'm drifting this way.
The whole plane goes like so. What are you doing when that happens, Nora?
It's more like a bank because you can't really I don't want to rip the plane in half. So it's more like a.
What are you doing as you feel this, Nora?
I'm just trying to hold on to the seat.
Right, you your legs are pointed towards the front. The people that have mutated are like being pulled out, and it is absolute chaos and hysteria in there. You right the plane.
I mean, 25,000. It's probably take me a minute, but yeah.
You hear you get hailed basically.
I'm at this point. I'm like, my eyes are closed, my teeth are gritted. I'm waiting until my ass comes back down into the seat to finally strap in. Who was yelling at me? I'm yelling like over the screaming wind. Who was yelling?
Nashville International Airport. You are not flying according to your.
Hear you. I'm gonna throw the headset back at whoever was yelling at me.
Is that me?
Yes.
I throw a headset at you.
Oh God. Okay, what are they saying?
Nashville International Airport. You're in our airspace. What's going on? Please advise.
We're coming in for an emergency landing right now.
Okay.
Clear the runway. Here we come. Get ready.
In an
So
Airbus,
Yep.
So
we don't
Not gonna
have
be
a
pretty.
runway that can handle that plane.
Unfortunate.
Here we go.
once we get to 12,000 feet, things should calm down a bit
Yes.
inside the plane. The pressure been equalized. It's gonna be loud, real
Yes.
loud, and I can't close that door, right, because it's ripped
gone.
in half.
Yeah.
So we're just in a wind tunnel, and I'm getting wind burn on my face. This is not cool. But not. I mean, can I scream at the other person? Can they hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'd be deaf.
you can scream at one another.
What about the passengers? What's going on back there? Where are the terrorists? What the fuck?
I'm gonna be like, you're clear for landing.
Dude, There's slime up my ass.
It's fine. There'll be a shower. Weren't you just in the shower? You're fine.
So I guess I will check the. Let's see, what sort of navigational systems does this thing have?
Hector, you wake up.
Yeah. in a Maxell commercial.
Yeah, you wake up covered in slime and your own blood, possibly somebody else's blood. The wind is slapping you about the face, and it's really raw on that part of your forearm that's been ripped off. And you are strapped in, though.
The hell is going on?
I just kind of point to my ear and start tapping the navigational display. I try to look for a place to land.
There is a runway.
How far are we from DC?
Oh, you're over Nashville right now.
I think for a moment. I think about what's important to me. And I am going to run a systems diagnostic and see whether if the turbines are not damaged and the wings haven't been damaged and all of the actuators and hydraulics are working and the landing gear hasn't been compromised, I'm going to plot a route for DC.
All right.
We're gonna keep this shit show going right to DC.
Yeah, I'm gonna plot a route for DC. And I'm gonna say, tell Nashville we're not fucking coming.
Tell Nashville to go fuck itself. Oh my god.
Like,
To
okay.
Tennessee and your tiny ass runways.
We decided we won't fit. We're gonna go somewhere else.
You veer the plane off.
What is happening?
In order
The
to
best thing. The best thing.
In order to stay at an altitude in which the pressure remains normalized, you're flying
12,000
low
feet.
enough
12,000 feet, baby.
at this point as Nora makes her way to the front to discover Hector is sitting in the co-pilot seat and is alive.
Thank God.
And he looks up at you, and what do you say when you see her walk in?
Hi.
Excuse me, ma'am, could you get me a drink?
Do not get him a drink. We're gonna try to get to DC.
What?
How's everything back there?
When he says that, Travis, I'm gonna punch him. Punch him right in his face.
I will immediately probably pass out.
Now you
I don't
take
punch
it.
very
It's
hard.
fi- It's
I
fine.
don't punch very hard. And I'm impotently like, no.
You start to feel a new wetness on your flesh, all of you, as
Gross.
Christmas snow starts making its way through the open window.
Oh god.
Silver bells. Silver bells.
I'm gonna reach down and grab the lower half of the co-pilot
Uh-huh.
and just try to grab maybe what's remaining, like tucked into his pants of his shirt
Oh, okay.
to tie about my face. So now I look like a terrorist.
So you're saying we're gonna fly this plane to DC for another 40 minutes? Like this?
Yes.
We're fine.
We're
Can we
fine.
make it to DC? I'm gonna. Do I have? God. Do I know if any runways that are closer to DC that might be able to support an Airbus?
Off the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean, oh,
Look, the course is plotted. We're still on schedule. We're actually ahead of schedule.
Let me get you that water. And I go
Oh
like,
no.
Have a schedule.
Yeah, I go find
Oh.
him some water like he asked me to. I am so confused.
You go back and start pouring the water. The passengers who have survived this ordeal, in a show of solidarity, are now singing Let It Snow.
I'm gonna get on the PA. And I'm gonna say, this is your captain speaking. If I don't get a drink, I'm gonna crash this plane into the fucking ocean. I want one apple martini, neat, in a wine glass. Thank you.
What if all the wine glasses are broken?
He said he's gonna crush it into the ocean.
Find a wine glass.
Okay, I make my way upstairs to the bar because I thought it was water that he wanted. And I go make him a martini. I have to look it up how to make a martini.
Apple. It's apple martini. I hope the fucking liquor didn't break, or we're all going down.
You provide the new pilot with an apple teeny.
Because is it safe to pilot under? You know what? Never mind. Here you go.
It's just one.
I will be performing duties as a co-pilot to the best of my abilities.
Watch this gimbal here, those 3 readouts, and feel free to press any of those buttons that you want.
Any of it? What?
Yeah, those over there. Go ahead.
What do they do?
After another 38 minutes in the air, you make your way to Dulles International Airport,
Against all odds.
where you're greeted by the Department of Homeland Security, who have some pointed questions for you. But once you give your various reports and receive your various medical attention, you're released into your own recognizance. So, starting with Nora, what are you doing now that you are safely on the ground after this ordeal?
The first thing I'm going to do is kiss the ground and pick it off the plane. You know, thank goodness. Oh, we landed. The second thing I'm going to do after I get my medical attention and my concussion checked out, I'm going to get Hector's phone number. I feel like we really bonded when I made him pass out from pain.
The Florence Nightingale thing happening right now. Like a Florence Nightmare game.
Hector, are you giving her your number?
Absolutely. I'll just,
I mean, it's technically by the time you land, it's technically Christmas Eve.
yeah. I'm never gonna fly a plane again, and I can't really. I think I'm gonna end up in the hospital for a little bit, but after I'm out, if you want to go on a date or two, I mean, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I like that. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds great.
A nurse walks over to the two of you, like with some mistletoe, and just sort of like is leaning over.
I'll pull. I'm fucking messed up. I'll pull her in, much probably to the detriment of my injuries, and lean in for a kiss.
There goes a rib.
This is happening, yeah.
Excellent. You two make out as the camera pans up to the falling snow. What is Catherine doing?
I don't know. I am so confused at what happened. I feel like I probably need to go write a report. I didn't have any injuries that were physical. They were all just emotional trauma. And, you know, this is going to be, I'm going to call a therapist. That's what I'm going to do.
What do you want for Christmas? Therapy?
It's really bad.
And lastly, what is Carlos going to do with his
Well-
Christmas Eve morning?
So knowing that now there's almost no chance I'm ever going to make it to Mars. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with the press. But I'm looking for, I'm looking for my reception crew, the people that are supposed to pick me up at the airport. I'm looking for my older brother and my damn dog.
Your older brother is there with your dog 4 hours after you're supposed to get off the plane when they get done debriefing you.
I just kind of drop to my knees and I call him in, and my brother comes over. I do this. Just kidding. I just call him over.
Your dog hops up in your lap.
Thank you.
And that's where we'll wrap things up for this session. So, any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about
They survived!
Hard Holidays with a Vengeance?
It had everything that it needed for an ending. We had a love scene. We had a man reuniting with his dog. Perfect. Top notch. Therapy. Yeah.
Excellent. Anyone achieve your aspirations?
No.
Yeah, I think I did.
I survived the
didn't.
plane.
You can all have 1 experience point for achieving a short-term aspiration if you did, and the rest of you can have 10 experience points because merry, happy holidays and whatnot.
I became intoxicated twice.
You
One
did
due to
become-
oxygen deprivation, and one due to martini.
You
Beautiful.
nailed it.
Well, that is our holiday special. I thank you all so much for taking the time to play this with me and to endure this horrendous shit show that occurred.
In the
I
credits,
guess,
we
yeah.
just get replays of the pilot's face when the grenade gets thrown at him. Like that scene is
It's the best thing anyone's ever done during a game. I loved it. It was raw chaos. Like, he's got a gun. So, before we get out of here, I'm going to have everybody go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, pronouns, and where we can find your things on the interwebs. And we're going to start things off with Catherine. Thank you so much for being here. Please give us all your pertinent details.
Hi, I'm Allie DeVries. I played Catherine. We are both she, her. And I am an agent of chaos. And that is all I do. I come, I fuck shit up, and I leave.
Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. It was a blast to get to play with you. It's been a while, so thank you so much. I missed you. Next up, Hector, please give us your pertinence.
I'm Gilbert Ramos. I played Hector Torres, both of us, he, him. I stream on Twitch on Sundays, so Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle for V5 every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time or 11:30 Eastern. For those of you in that time zone, I will be back on Onyx Path in January with a Scion game that'll be running with a couple of friends, and very excited for that. We're gonna do weird stuff. Possibly, if I can lure some of these lovely people in to guest star as gods and deities, that would be very fun, I think.
I'm always
What else
down.
do I do? Yeah. What else do I do? You can find me everywhere on Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff. We're at Ramos the Nomad. You can find our YouTube or our Twitch channel that we stream that Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle at twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads.
And I have thrown that in the chat, so
I
head over
appreciate
there and give them a follow.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm everywhere at Ramos the Nomad.
You have fun tonight?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. Thank you for being here. This was a blast. I appreciate you being here. Next up, we have Carlos. Please give us your pertinence.
My name is Alex. I'm a filthy casual, dog dad, and a habitual self flagellator of all things Travis Legge. playing Carlos, who was an aspiring astronaut, who now just kind of wants to keep his feet on the ground. I don't have anything going on as far as content or stuff online, but I had a blast today. Happy holidays to everybody. It was great to meet the rest of you as well. I've been watching all of your other games and lurking from the chat, and I was happy to be able to play with you all. So hopefully we get to do it again. I will be a little starved until Travis decides to dust me off and throw me into another portion of his brain hell. So I'll look forward to seeing you all there.
It will be soon, I promise. And last but not least, Nora, please give us all of your pertinent details.
Hey guys, I'm Melina, she, her. I played Nora. It was so much fun. It was just so much fun. Like Ellie and I used to play D&D together, and I forgot just how chaotic she is. I need to make a business card that says Agent of Chaos, and that's just gonna be what you hand out to people. It's like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, amazing. It was so much fun. In real life, I'm an artist. I'm not on Instagram anymore, but I am on Tumblr and on Patreon, just Melena Dineno. And yeah, and I think I'm gonna dust off my Twitch pretty soon and start drawing live again. I miss that, so that should be fun. But
Sweet.
that's me.
And
Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays.
6 of one, half dozen the other. And I just threw your the link to Melena's Patreon in the chat as well. So go and
Thank you.
slide her money and look at her pretty pictures. Guess that leaves me. I'm Travis Legge. He, him, they, them, all good. When I'm not running games here, I run them occasionally over at Plastic Age Plays. Sometimes over at Roll for Seduction, and I write a little bit. You may see a thing or two that I have written and or developed from Onyx Path from time to time, such as the tomorrow at our Drive-Thru RPG store, the Technocracy Reloaded Jumpstart comes out. And that's going to be in PDF and POD. The details are over at the Monday meeting notes. I'm going to throw a link to that in the chat. I had the pleasure of developing that book and working with a couple of my favorite people on the writing staff, so it was a lot of fun. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are. It also is a shout out to my hometown of Rockford, Illinois. So I've completed a piece of my life's work by making Rockford a canonical part of the world of darkness. You're welcome. So above and beyond that, getting back to Trinity Continuum, I want to remind you all that the Trinity Continuum Anima Kickstarter is still going. We've got, as of right now, 37 hours. 37. So get over there and back it. And if you already backed it, go tell other people to back it. And if you haven't added on your story guide screen, you should do so, because it's got stuff for Terra Surge on there. And that's going to be handy reference to have, because everybody loves Terra Surge. I also want to remind you, speaking of pre-orders, that you can head over to Drive-Thru RPG and pre-order Trinity Continuum Assassins, which is set contemporary to Trinity Continuum Core, but focuses on people who make the world a better place by murder and mayhem. So head over there and check that out. If you pre-order now, you can get early access to the manuscript, and that's going to be updated several times over the next few weeks as we prepare for release. I guess that's it. So in the interim, I just want to take this opportunity to... I'll be back here again tomorrow night with Melena in tow for Scarred Lands, Sins of Shelzar, Dead Man's Rust. You can pre-order Dead Man's Rust on Backer Kit, but come see us tomorrow and we'll talk all about it. And then we'll be... keep an eye on the schedule for next week. I have something of a science fiction double feature planned that we'll be announcing with next week's schedule. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It will be a spooky evening on the solstice. So till then, take care of yourselves and each other. If you haven't gotten your shots yet, go get them. If you haven't gotten a booster yet, go get it. And everybody have a happy and safe holiday. We'll see you again real soon.
I promise you won't grow tentacles.
Yeah, don't grow tentacles. It's bad.